Hello and welcome to your Cienega Bobcats versus the Ironwood Ridge Nighthawks here at Chase Field, home of the big league Arizona Diamondbacks. Big stadium, big
Yeah.
league team, big day for the Bobcats here in downtown Phoenix.
Sure is.
I mean, I don't think I've ever seen a more important game in their regular season. What
No.
about you?
Oh, this is going to be a tough game.
Yeah.
They have something to prove, that they're a young team full of sophomores and juniors about to play the Ironwood Ridge Nighthawks. And I just expect them to be on their A game, have a perfect defense today. And the Nighthawks are going to be a great challenge for them.
Yeah, Cienega and Ironwood have already played this year. They played earlier in the season, and Ironwood ended up beating them, and this is the perfect opportunity for Cienega to come back and just show them what they're made of. And honestly, this game means more than just a regular season home game, because this is more than just regular season at either Cienega or Ironwood. This is the biggest field in Arizona.
Definitely. I'm going to ask Josh to throw up some field dimensions here for us. So just for those of you who don't know, the Cienega field here it's 326 foul line dimensions here, and it's about 370 feet to the back wall.
Yeah.
Center field, yeah.
Yeah, to center field, back wall, center field. For the Diamondbacks, it's 407 feet to that back wall. From home plate to that back wall is 407 feet. It's also 330 feet on the third baseline, as well as 335 feet on the first baseline. So dimensions a lot bigger. You're going to see a lot less home runs.
Yep.
But speaking of an interesting home run that we saw while looking through stats earlier today, how about, let's see here, Carlos Mencias, the right fielder from Ironwood Ridge. He has one at-bat. He's hitting a 1,000 because his only at-bat has been a home run.
Yeah.
That's
So
amazing.
how crazy is that? I mean, the guy earned his spot, right? So we're going to go down.
That's a way to start the season off right there.
Exactly. We're going to go down the field now. So we're predicting that this game is going to start here in the next couple minutes. It is exactly 9 o'clock by my watch. We're going to wait here for some starting lineups, but we're going to throw them at your way now, though we can get this kind of show rolling a little bit here. So the starting lineup for Ironwood Ridge, we're going to throw that up for you on a graphic. You got number 3, Jacob Allen, the center fielder. Number 2, Greg Brown, the second baseman. Number 10, Derek Daly, the shortstop. Number 13, Nick Estrella, the third baseman. Number 11, Jake Engel, the right fielder. Number 24, Adam Mays, the catcher. Yeah, and number 21, Christian Piercy, the first baseman. Number 18, Carlos Mencias, the left fielder, and then your designated hitter tonight this morning for your Nighthawks is number 22, Colin Davidson.
He's going to be batting for Ironwood's pitcher.
Definitely.
So.
And another thing to keep in mind is that we did a little bit of stat taking here, and 5 home runs on the year for the Nighthawks.
Yeah.
Only 8 stolen bases. So that being said, Ironwood Ridge has won their games. Ironwood Ridge has gotten business
They've beaten
done.
everyone.
Well, with only 8 home runs on the year, what is the key to Cienega's success? Factoring in the fact that the field dimensions are larger, factoring in that you're not going to see a whole lot of home runs unless some kid really rips on a ball. I mean, what is the key to success today? Who needs to step up for the Bobcats?
Today, the Cienega defense has to be on point today because the Ironwood Ridge Nighthawks, their hitting is almost perfect. So for the Cienega Bobcats, they just have to stay focused, not get lazy on defense, and they have a chance to win the game if they are perfect tonight on defense.
Yeah, they need to start early on start early on defense, keep it going the whole game. They can't let up because Ironwood's going to keep hitting the ball into play, and that's how you score. So
Definitely, yeah. So looking at some more stats here for Ironwood Ridge, the catcher, Adam Mays, has the lowest batting average on the team at 118. But looking at his stats, he has averaged, let's see here, he has 5 RBIs on the season. So the guy doesn't necessarily get himself in, but he gets his teammates in, and that's I think that personally that's important. With a 118 batting average, that's not a great batting average, but he gets the job done, scoring runs for his team. So now I'm going to throw the starting lineup for you for the Bobcats. Talk a little bit about the Bobcats tonight, or again this morning, excuse me.
Long day.
The lineup for the Bobcats today is batting first, number 11, Luke Morrison at a center field. Number 5, Izzy Carrillo, second baseman. Batting third is Nick Gonzalez, the shortstop. Number 10, Dakota Martin, the catcher. Number 22, the senior, Tyler Black, who's pitching tonight for the this morning for the Bobcats. Number 4, who's also a senior, Dylan Howell, the right fielder. Number 19, the third and final senior on the starting lineup, Kevin Stevens, the first baseman. Number 22, Ryan Craig, who had a phenomenal game.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yes.
He threw a complete game last time he pitched. He threw the whole game. No runs allowed. He only had a couple walks, two, three at the most.
Definitely.
Several strikeouts. He threw a phenomenal game. He was moving the ball in between the zone. He was changing his speeds. That's the whole thing for a pitcher it's 4 words: throw strikes, change speeds, and when you do that, you're almost unstoppable, and that's what Ryan Craig was the other night. He was just on point.
Yeah.
So.
Sorry, talking to my graphics guy here. All right, then just the last batter here for the Bobcats is number 8, Terrell Huggins. He is a sophomore. For those of you who don't know Terrell Huggins,
he's fast.
He is quick. I don't know how many people remember the Rincon Little League team that ended up going to the Little League World Series, but Luke Morrison, Terrell Huggins, they were both on that team. And they both definitely made a statement. Terrell Huggins hit, if I remember correctly, a double to throw the semifinals into overtime.
Yeah.
Throw him into extra innings. So this guy is no stranger to pressure.
He has a lot of potential for the Cienega Bobcat team.
Definitely.
Yeah, and Dakota and Nick Gonzalez were on that team too. So was Ryan Craig, actually. Ryan Craig pitched in that game, if I remember correctly.
Yeah. So it's hard to beat talent like that, but these Nighthawks have done it once, and now we would like you to we're going to go through here. We're going to go through the national anthem.
Oh, that was cool. That gave me goosebumps.
That gave me goosebumps, too. That was really cool. All right. I say we're ready to play some baseball. What about you?
You know what? It's a good day. The roof's open. If you can't tell, looking at the field, the roof is open. So, it's a beautiful day. Yesterday it was all cloudy and rainy. Now it's all sunny and bright, and it's a good day for baseball.
Definitely. Yesterday kind of gave me a little bit of a worry. Don't want our boys playing in the rain, getting sick.
No.
But
Need them for the postseason.
Exactly. Looking for a postseason berth, a promising one, a very promising one. So, Cienega will bat first. Ironwood Ridge defense taking the field currently.
Ooh, already an error from looked like the shortstop throwing that away. They need to He actually threw it into the stands. They're going to need to.
A little nervous playing.
Yeah.
Chase Field.
You can see it early. But you know what?
You're going to expect errors in the first couple of innings, trying to get loose in a new stadium. But once you get it rolling, it's just going to be like playing at home.
Yep, you're looking at the pitcher right now from Ironwood Ridge, number 12, Josh Steinman. The guy pitches, let's see here.
Really quick side note, you know, these Ironwood guys need to be, they just need to be loose. I mean, their coach believes in them, and you know what? That's enough. That's enough for the coach. That needs to be enough for the team. So they need to believe in themselves. It looks like they're grouping up right here to get this game going. So here we go. Luke Morrison's getting ready to, Najee Gaskin's getting ready to bat.
So Najee Gaskins is your first batter for the Bobcats.
All right, number 15. Najee's fast. He's really fast.
Great contact hitter and can get to the first base.
Looks like a
really
ball.
Quickly.
Yeah, you know what? He had a little dribbler over to third base the other night, and he beat it out. I mean, he wasn't close. I mean, he beat it out by 3, 4, 5 steps.
Yeah.
He's quick.
He's ridiculous.
Oh, and he hits
nice
it.
Contact with the ball there.
Center fielder looks like he's going to camp under it, and he does, and he catches it. That's the first out of the inning.
Yeah, definitely. The center fielder got position underneath that ball. Najee Gaskins not too happy with that at bat.
You know what, though? That was a nice hit.
It proved to Cienega that Cienega can get a hit on the ball, can
Yeah.
get good contact on the
Mhm.
ball, and that just builds confidence. Never stop swinging.
Yeah, this pitcher's nothing to be afraid of. It's nothing they haven't seen before. They just got to swing.
Curveball to the outside of the plate there, fouls off the inside of the bat and up into the second row of the stands. Pretty impressive foul ball there.
Yeah.
All right, so 1 strike, no balls. Second pitch is, they're going to call that a strike out the corner of the plate there on the outside.
Looked a little high up there, too.
Did look like he got a little high, but Izzy Carrillo not phased. Standing in that batter box.
Got to protect the plate now. 2 strikes
0-2.
on him.
Little
Oh, is that
chip
going to
shot.
get through? Shortstop fields it, and he throws it over to first, but Izzy is fast and he's safe, so that was good for Cienega. Way to get things moving.
I talk about run through it, right?
Yeah.
Run through that first base.
Looks like Nick Gonzalez is coming up next.
Nick Gonzalez has had a pretty impressive year. He's a pretty impressive baseball player.
He has.
Currently batting at a .338.
Pitcher tries to pick off. Izzy Carrillo is safe. What's he batting at?
He's batting at .338 with 15 RBIs. Straight down the middle of the plate there. He took that one. Fastball. 1-0 is your count. 1 out. Top of the first here at Chase Field. Pitcher tries to pick off Izzy Carrillo once again, and Izzy dives back. Got a little carried away there on his leadoff.
You know, he was safe. It wasn't close. Izzy is fast too, so he might be able to get a little bit of a longer lead if he wants.
That ball straight, I wouldn't say straight down the middle. I'd say a little towards the outside of the plate there. But another fastball coming out of the hands of
Ironwood pitcher
Josh
tries to pick off
Steinman.
again. Did not work.
0-2 the count. Nick Gonzalez looking to get on base.
Looks like Izzy's going to steal. It looked like it was a hit and run situation, but Nick Gonzalez fouls the ball off back into the stands.
That was a smart foul. That ball looked like it might have been called a strike there. It was on the outside of the plate. A little high, but ref's been calling it a strike, so it was a good foul there. Good swing by Nick Gonzalez to make contact.
You know, it's gotta learn the umpire's strike zone really early so that you know what's a strike and what isn't. Hits a little dribbler over to third. It looks like he's gonna beat him out. Third baseman didn't even throw it. Now we've got a runner on second and first, so that, you know, that's pretty good for Cienega so far.
Definitely both little chip shots.
Yeah.
The infield for the Ironwood Ridge kind of struggling there to read that little short hopper.
And you know what? That's going to be key for Cienega if they're going to want to win, is take advantage of these moments that they have, because knowing Ironwood, they've beaten everyone. They're not going to get a whole lot of these moments. We've already got one runner in scoring position. So Dakota Martin gets a base hit. Izzy Carrillo can score depending on where that ball's hit.
Yep, and Dakota Martin's no stranger to the plate with a .339 batting average. Two really quick guys on base right now for the Bobcats.
Looks like a ball. Looks like that was low.
A little low and inside there for Josh Steinman. 1-0 the count. 1 out, 2 on base for the Bobcats here in the top of the first inning. Pitcher looking to pick off at second base.
Oh, Dakota Martin just hit a rocket, but that was foul. That was a line drive. He got a hold of that.
Looks to me like he swung just a tad bit early there, contacting the ball across his body. But if you look at Dakota Martin, something that I haven't seen in these two smaller batters is Dakota Martin really plants that front foot and twists his hips through, pulling his whole body through that ball, not just his bat.
Yeah, he's got the muscle to do that. They're all going to steal. Nick Gonzalez is going to try to get in the pickle. He moves Izzy Carrillo over to third, though. So
2 outs, though.
Yeah, there's 2 outs, so
2 balls, 1 strike.
now it's a little bit easier, though, to get Izzy Carrillo in. There's a lot more opportunities for Izzy to score.
Definitely.
Now that he's on second or on third. I mean, like, Dakota almost doesn't have to do anything. If the pitcher throws it away, it's a long enough backstop behind there that Izzy Carrillo is going to be able to score standing up if it's a wild pitch.
Definitely, considering his little dribbler to shortstop got him on first base. If he can beat the shortstop to first base, then I'm sure he could beat the catcher to the home plate.
But
Big
Dakota Martin's
swing.
going to strike out, though.
Yeah, big swing and a big miss there for Dakota Martin.
Looked like it was a curveball and just got away from Dakota.
Yeah, one thing about Josh Steinman, he has a sharp curveball, and he likes to throw in the low 80s. That's as fast as he can go, but that curveball is really sharp, so they have to watch out for that.
You know, it also looked like that Dakota pulled his head a little bit, like he was trying to hit the ball as hard as he can, hit it out of the laces. So
in that situation, you just want a contact hit so you can bring your man to home plate.
Definitely. So the Bobcats will go on the board with 2 hits, no runs scored in the top of the first. Ironwood Ridge now.
Yeah, it looks like our infield's going to consist of Kevin Stevens at first base, Ryan Craig over at third, Nick Gonzalez over at short, and then Izzy Carrillo over at second.
Looks like Ironwood Ridge is having a little fun.
Yeah.
Down there.
Yeah, they're dancing to Uptown Funk. I mean, it's a good song.
It is a good song. Who can't dance it? Uptown
It's
Funk.
going to be stuck in your head forever.
Yes.
I don't know if you guys can see this, but in the background there's a producer about 2 studios over, and he's even dancing to it. All right, so Bobcats come out at the top of the first. Nothing scored, nothing earned. Leaving Izzy Carrillo stranded on third after Nick Gonzalez gets picked off at second, trying to steal.
Yep.
And then Dakota Martin with the big swing, big strikeout.
You know, the thing that's going to be important for Cienega is how many runners they leave on bases. You know, if they end up leaving everyone on third and they don't score, that's gonna be big. That's gonna be huge.
So your defensive lineup right now for the Bobcats, just go through it really quick. Dakota Martin will be your catcher. Tyler Black will be your pitcher, the senior. Ryan Craig will be your third baseman. Jordan Elliott will be your first baseman. Izzy Carrillo will play second base. Nick Gonzalez will be your shortstop. Terrell Huggins, Najee Gaskins, and Dylan Howell will make up your outfield at left, center, and right.
That's a fast outfield.
I was about to say, that is a quick outfield.
Dylan Howell, his sophomore year, he had 25 stolen bases.
That's a ridiculous stat. Dylan Howell also playing football.
Yeah.
I mean, he's got the leg strength of, I want to say, like a cheetah or a lion, but he never gets tired.
I was going to say a horse.
That is a very good comparison.
A lion. I'm running out of animals.
All right, so up to bat right now for the Nighthawks is number 14, Gavin Ortiz. So we've got a little bit of a miscommunication here between either the batting lineup or the announcers here. We were told number 3.
Or Max Preps.
Or Max Preps. We were told number 3, Jacob Allen, should be the batter, but instead we have number 14, Gavin Ortiz, unless we have a jersey switch. That ball looks to be low and outside, so ball 1 for Tyler Black. Gavin Ortiz looking very confident in that box.
There's a strike.
Right down the middle of the
Yep.
plate there. Maybe a little high, but they're giving it to Ironwood. They got to give it to Cienega. Call it both ways, right?
Yep.
So 1-1 your count here in the bottom of the first.
Yeah, these umpires, they know what they're doing. They got brought up to play at Chase Field. Line drive hit into right center. Looks like Dylan Howell's going to field it and come up throwing over to second. Runner's going to stay at first, though. He's not going to move over to second. Base hit for 14, Gavin Ortiz.
Definitely. I mean, puts it right over the head of the second baseman, right in front of the center fielder, between the center fielder and the right fielder there. Not a whole lot you can do with that ball. You got to hustle for it, field it, and cut him off, keep him to first base, and hopefully your defense will make up for it later, right?
Yeah. This isn't a team that you can play in on either to hit that. I mean, you play in on them, they're going to hit it past you, and with as long of a field as this is, you don't want to be running after that ball.
Low and again to the outside for Tyler Black, so the count is 1-0. Number 2, Greg Brown is your batter. Finally back to the regular lineup. And Derek Daly is on deck.
He's going to swing and he's going to miss.
1-1 your count. Gavin Ortiz at first.
He's got a pretty long lead. Tyler Black's going to pick off. That was good timing. That was a good time for me to say he had a long lead.
Definitely. So Tyler Black not able to get the out. Instead is going to pitch it and foul ball. Heard that one drop right in front of us here in the booth.
I forgot my glove. Line drive up here. I got us.
You know, sitting here in the booth, I didn't think that these kids would be able to foul the ball over this. It's a pretty big screen.
Yeah.
And I didn't think they'd be able to foul over it, but I'm talking. These kids are fouling it into the second story of the bleachers here.
Yep.
They're hitting it up on the second level.
Tyler Black picked off again, and he did not get the runner. Dakota Martin's going to set up outside. He's going to swing, and it's up in the air.
High fly
Looks
ball.
like Dakota's going to try to get it, but it's into the stands, and bystanders were freaking out. They were hustling out of the way. I don't think that grandpa's ever moved that fast in his life.
I think you wanted to catch it and then realized that the height of the ball would have caused too much momentum, broken his hands, yeah. So 1-2 the count. That was a foul ball. Bottom of the first. Runner on first. Tyler Black checking.
Long secondary for Gavin Ortiz over there at first. He was more than a quarter of the way there.
Yeah, high ball up for Tyler Black, getting away from him a little bit. So 2-2, evening out the count.
Tyler Black's going to throw it, and it looks like it slipped or something because he bounced it over to first, and Kevin Stevens had to body that ball up to make sure that it didn't get past. There's still no outs for Cienega, by the way. He's going to swing. Oh, and it
drive gets past the
bounces
first
off
baseman.
his glove.
Oh, he's going for third.
Slides into third, does Gavin Ortiz. So you got a runner on third, you got a runner on first. Great line drive there, getting past the first baseman, Kevin Stevens. Greg Brown, great base hit.
Yeah,
Derek
it looked like
Daly
it bounced
now.
off Kevin Stevens' glove. Like
The tip of his glove right
yeah,
there.
looked like he tried to step off the plate a little bit for the play, and it just got hit down the line. Momentum was carrying him the other way, and he couldn't get back in time.
Definitely. I think he was more worried about Ortiz's leadoff because Ortiz had a pretty
Yeah.
big leadoff there, looking for Tyler Black to maybe pick him off. He'd done it before, trying not to throw a ball away, let him steal. He's quick, as he proved by getting all the way to third on that ball.
Yeah.
But Derek Daly now for the Ironwood Ridge Nighthawks, batting a .589. See what he can do here. Runner in scoring position. 1-0 your count. Let's make that.
Oh, ball gets past Dakota Martin.
And that'll score a run. So Ironwood Ridge, go-ahead run right now. 1-0. Nighthawks lead it with the score by by Gavin Ortiz.
One thing about Derek Daly, he has the best batting average in the city of Tucson. So you really have to look out for him. And also he has a 4.5 GPA, so he's a really smart kid.
Holy cow.
And he's committed to Colorado School of Mines, D2.
That's amazing for him. Congratulations to him. Congratulations to his family. You know, it's sad to say, but it's not very often where you can find a student athlete that has that high of a I mean, a lot of student athletes have a high GPA due to AIA regulations, but not a whole lot of student athletes, you know, have that, you know, Stanford quality GPA. I mean, obviously, because there's not a whole lot of
4.5.
Yeah, it's a 4.5. I mean, for that kid to be that smart and play baseball that well.
It's going to bounce in front of Dakota Martin. He's going to make sure that second base doesn't go anywhere. Runner on second.
But congratulations to him. Congratulations to his family. Derek Daly, you have done your duty in high school. Best of luck to you in college. So the ball that got past Dakota Martin allowed both runners to advance. The runner on first, Greg Brown, to second, and the runner on third, Gavin Ortiz.
He's going to hit a line drive into center field, and Najee's going to have to run in to catch it. His hat came off. That's how fast he was running for that ball.
Definitely. So finally, the Bobcats getting out after allowing a run to score and allowing a base to be stolen after a catcher's error.
Yep.
We'll call it.
Yeah, it didn't even look like it was that wild of a pitch so much as it just hit off Dakota Martin's glove and just bounced back away from him.
So now batting for the Ironwood Ridge Nighthawks, number 13, Nick Estrella. He's batting a .451. That ball was way outside and way high for Tyler Black. 1-0 your count. Checking the runner on second.
You know what's nice for Cienega is they don't have the Vale Gale to deal with.
Yeah.
Inside.
Vale Gale.
That's a real thing actually. I didn't make that up. You know, the wind's always blowing out in Vale, and you know that's as a baseball player throwing that ball. That's not your best friend. So.
Big swing and a big miss. Finally getting a strike. 2-1 the count. Both balls coming high into the outside there for Tyler Black. Finally getting that changeup pitch on the inside to drop and get a big bite there from number 13, Nick Estrella.
He's throwing it outside.
Trying to get him to chase a little bit. But Estrella not biting on that pitch, so 3-1 the count. Throws the ball here, walks a man, puts a man on first and a man on second. Both of Iron Ridge has already shown their speed and shown that they can score.
Oh, line drive. It's a foul ball, though. That was.
That could have been dangerous.
Yeah, that was. Don't throw it where he just threw it again.
Yeah, exactly.
Throw it out. Go back to throwing it outside. That's dangerous.
Full count now for the Iron Ridge Nighthawks. 3-2. 1 out. Bottom of the first.
No, Ironwood actually has a pretty decent gathering of fans here. Looks like they've got a lot more than Cienega does. It's a shorter drive, though. It's a shorter drive by about 45 minutes, give or take. Definitely
the biggest stage most of these boys have ever played on or will ever play on.
Line drive into left field, but Terrell Huggins is going to catch it, and he might be able to pick off the runner at second, and he does. That was a great heads-up play by Terrell and Izzy Carrillo. Wow, that, you know what, that was just bad base running by the Ironwood Ridge Nighthawk.
Yeah, number 10, Derek Daly, kind of getting caught there in the middle. So right now, your score is 1-0. Nighthawks lead it here at the top of the between innings here.
Yeah.
Top of the second coming your way. We're going to throw a promo your way. Stay tuned for more Bobcat baseball at Chase Field.
Hey, Cody, is there a camera I can use for an interview?
Yeah, man. That one right
This
there.
one? Hey, you guys know who touched this camera? Christian,
Huh?
you touched this camera?
No, I didn't, man. I'm sorry.
Sure. All right. Cody, you know who touched this camera?
No, man, I don't know.
Nobody knows who touched the camera. These scratch marks just got here all by themselves. That's what we're going with. Hey, Bart, what's up, man? Nobody knows who touched the camera. All right. Hey, are we ready to roll?
Yeah.
We're Bobcat TV, and you're watching Bobcat TV.
Laughing a little bit there. You see us get
Yeah.
photobombed by the Sunnyside basketball player. But, all right, so I just had my director come in and talk to us, and, you know, he brought up a really good point. Take a look here at the sun and the shade issues. I mean, I feel like that's a pretty good representation of the sun and shade issues here. It's not quite as dark. Our color is off on that camera, but the sun and the shade is going to be an issue here. The pitcher here is in the shade, batter's in the sun.
Batter's not going to be able to see that ball come out of his hands.
Yeah, definitely. That's going to be an issue. And, I mean, if you look at left field over here, left field is completely in the sun. Trying to chase a fly ball in that sun has not got to be easy.
Nope.
All right, well, Tyler Black now batting .250 with 11 RBIs on the season.
Powerhouse hitter.
Well, I mean, he's a big guy. Have you
Yeah,
seen
he
the
is
guy?
a big guy.
I mean, this guy's probably 6'1", 6'2", 220 solid.
Yeah.
Big high school boy. So,
Big lineman for the football team a couple years ago.
definitely.
I think this is his only year not playing for the team. For the football team, I mean. It looks like he just hit that ball off the head coach's foot, and the umpire made an awesome heads-up play, one-handed catch.
Kabusi standing there got nailed in the foot.
Yeah,
Shout out to our cameraman zooming in on Kabusi.
yeah. Tyler
Big
Black
swing.
swings high, and he strikes out.
0-3, great pitching there by Josh Steinman. So now, number 4,
Dylan Howell.
yeah, curly hair Dylan Howell.
Yeah.
Good hair man Dylan Howell. Football Dylan Howell.
There's so many other things we can say about Dylan Howell. Does he still wrestle?
He does still wrestle.
He does. Wrestling Dylan Howell. We can use that one too.
Definitely. You know, during football season, I commentated, and we used every opportunity that we could to say his name. So I feel like we should just continue that trend through baseball for him.
Just Dylan, 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 Dylan.
Yeah,
Dylan
exactly.
watched the ball outside. Dylan took a check swing.
Exactly. Dylan Howell.
Dylan is stepping back into the plate. Dylan is watching the pitcher.
All right, 1-1 the count.
Dylan swings and line drive back. You know, when that happens, when the ball goes straight back after hitting the bat, that means that you were about, you can't see, but I'm holding my fingers together really, really close, about hitting the poop out of that ball. I mean, he almost crushed it. He's on point. He swings high, though. Strikes out. 2 outs for Cienega.
Both strikeouts. Great pitching now from Josh Steinman. So now number 19, Kevin Stevens, who I've known since I was very young, will come to the plate. I've always known him as a baseball player, baseball guy.
Yep.
His dad is a big baseball guy.
Mhm.
He's always been good.
Good eye right there from low and away. Catcher actually had to slide over to block that ball. Yeah, the Cienega
outside there, but they're going to give it to him on the corner. 1-1.
Cienega team is cheering on Kevin Stevens right now from their dugout. They're all yelling. They're making some noise.
High, so that'll be 2-1 your count. The first time in this inning that the pitcher's been behind in the count.
You know, he's gotten all the other Cienega players to swing at those high pitches, and
they're going to call that one a strike.
Yeah.
So 2-2, evening up the count now. Cienega trying not to go 3 batters up, 3 batters down.
especially in a big game like this. Tyler Black's going to hit a line drive, but the third baseman's going to jump and catch it, and he's going to toss it back into the pitcher's mound behind his back, and the ball landed perfectly at the
plate.
Yeah, at the
That was number 13, Estrella with the catch there.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think I've ever seen a more appropriate moment to use the whole cheer. He said easy.
Yeah, wow, he just put it right there at the pitcher's mound. I mean, like, that is just perfect. If we could zoom in right there, like, you can see that Tyler Black walked over to the mound to pick that ball up.
That was crazy. That was amazing. So, Cienega not able to get it done on offense in the second inning. Nighthawks still lead it 1-0. Why not? Let's just throw a couple promos at you.
Yeah, we can.
Let's do it.
Promos are cool.
And the Jimmy erupts with a Cienega pin right there.
Forgetty up the middle. He's got going. Touchdown Bobcats. Cienega wins by a score of 67-46.
We're Bobcat TV. We're girls basketball.
This is Cienega football.
This is boys basketball.
This is girls soccer.
And you're watching Bobcat TV.
All right, so before we get back to it here, I got to announce some sponsors really quickly. But before I do that, I would like to give the biggest shout out to Scott Geyer. Scott Geyer is the man. He set us up here at Diamondback Stadium, at Chase Field, in a booth with a great view, with a great setup. I mean, we couldn't have asked for any more, so thank you so much.
Yeah, he did.
Really nice guy.
He gave us a suite to watch the game in last night. We were here for the Diamondbacks-Cubs game, and
oh, it's an exciting game.
Yeah, it was. It was an awesome game. Diamondbacks won with a walk-off hit.
Oh.
That was a great game to be here.
The stadium erupted.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't here to see it, and I was kind of sad I wasn't here to see it, but I've heard that it was a great game, and like I said, thanks to Scott Geyer and all the guys here at Diamondback Stadium who's made it so easy and so just amazing. Our experience here has been amazing, and if you're a young kid trying to do broadcasting, I recommend coming and talking to Scott Geyer.
We are a line drive hit over shortstop. You know, it got the job done. It wasn't the hardest hit in the world, but got him on base.
Definitely, that was number 11, Jake Engel. Pardon me. So now Adam Mays will be on base. He has, like I said, the lowest batting average for the Nighthawks. However,
he has the most RBIs.
He does.
So
he gets the job done. So my guess is that he's going to put the ball somewhere between shortstop and center.
Yeah, he's probably going to hit it over to the right side of the field just to try to move the runner over.
Ironwood Ridge finding those holes very well. I haven't watched a whole lot of high school baseball, but what I have watched has been pretty significant in the fact of place hitting, I guess is the best way to state it. You know, MLB, you see a lot of power hitting. You see a lot of, you know, who can hit the ball out the back of the off the wall, who can hit the ball straight down the line to the foul ball post. And with high school baseball, you know, some of these guys aren't as powerful. They're not as big, obviously. And so finding those holes on the field have been important. Cienega has yet to be able to find a single hole in the field. Ironwood Ridge getting it done from line to line, literally.
Yep. So
1-1 your count here. Batter on first.
They've had 3 base hits already in this game. So
yeah,
and that was just the first inning.
Tyler Black struggling a little bit. Seems to me kind of like the
nerves are getting to him. Yeah.
Mental mistakes right now. Dakota Martin having to stand all the way up to catch that high ball. So it's 2-1 the count.
Just saved the umpire's life.
Yeah.
It's always good to have the umpire on your side. Yeah, going back to the booths, we're in the booth that Fox Sports broadcast the game from. Where the professionals do it. Dakota Martin's going to throw it over to first base to try to pick him off, but Kevin Stevens swipes over him, and he's safe.
Yeah, definitely one of those times where just thankful he hit the ground there.
Yeah.
3-1 the count. Pitcher behind. Tyler Black needing a strike, needing Engel to needing Mays to chase. Taking a long time here to
Yeah,
decide
you
the
know
pitch.
what? That was the smart thing for the Nighthawk to call times on that. You know, you don't want to be thinking too much about hitting. You don't want it stuck in your head. Oh, I got to hit the ball. I got to hit the ball. It's an instinct. He hits it up. Looks like Dakota Martin's going to camp underneath it. First out of the inning, I'm sorry.
Dakota Martin almost didn't get his glove up because he got his glove caught in his catcher's mask. I don't know if you guys saw that, but as his glove came up, he tried to push his mask off, trying to get his glove up, and he couldn't get his glove all the way up.
Good thing he got out, because that would have been a major error.
That would have landed on his face. That would have hurt.
He would have got an earful from Coach.
Uh-huh. You know what? And the sun's coming up, too. I'm sure he had to look into the sun to catch that ball. This is just good catching work.
Yeah, now both the catcher and the batter, both the batter and the pitcher in the sun. Center field is about divided in half at this point. Right field still completely in the shade.
Tyler Black's going to pick off, and it's going to get away from Kevin Stevens. And you know what? The runner's going to round second, but he's not going to go anywhere. It's
poor defense there from the
Yeah,
Bobcats.
you know what? That's going back to what I was saying at the beginning of the game. It's defense that's going to win this game, and you know what? They're going to really need to step it up.
Yeah, they're not looking too great so
No.
far.
I think that their biggest problem right now is the pitching. I think that if Tyler Black can get a couple of strikes, get his confidence back up, get his nerves out of his way, and kind of put a couple of balls just inside, get a guy to chase, get a guy to swing big, get a guy to miss, strike somebody out, stay ahead in the count, he'll eventually start to warm up, start to get his groove going, for lack of a better term.
You know what? It wouldn't surprise me that later in the game that Kevin Stevens and Tyler Black switch positions. Kevin Stevens is also a pitcher, so that wouldn't surprise me. Keep the big guys out on the field to hit that ball.
Definitely. So the 2-0 count. Make that a 3-0 count. Tyler Black not where he wanted to be on this count either.
You know, now he's just got to put the ball in the strike zone because batters are told that unless they have the green light to swing to watch it, because more likely than not, if the pitcher's thrown 3 balls in a row, he's going to throw a 4th one. So there's
the first strike of the inning. One out, 3-1 the count.
Ooh, that looked a little low. Dakota Martin's going to go talk to Tyler Black. You know what? If you look over at the scoreboard, you know, they have the school logos up there on the big screen here at Chase Field, and that's really cool. That, I mean, that's some recognition there that's like the biggest logo ever.
That is the biggest logo ever. And they've been switching sides.
Yeah, right now the Ironwood logo's on the left side and the Cienega Bobcat side is on the left. Right, I'm sorry. Left hand makes the L when you hold up your fingers. That's how I remember it. I'm right-handed, but
it's okay. I have to wear a watch on my left hand because the L thing doesn't work for me.
Oh.
It just doesn't work for me. All right, well, big story, right? Here is Carlos Mencias. 100% batting average.
Yep.
Or 1,000
Yeah,
batting
1,000.
average. Excuse me, 1,000 batting average. 100% slug percentage.
Mhm.
Because he's had one at bat.
1,000%.
100%.
Oh, he's at 1,000.
He's at 1,000% because he has had one at bat and 1 home run. So let's make that 2 at bats and 1 home run. But
His batting average just dropped to 500.
It did.
Just after that.
Just like that, like a rock. Sunk like the Titanic.
I
How
mean,
grades work, too.
it's exactly how grades work. Turn in all your homework, get A's on all your homework, you take a 10-point test, and suddenly you have an F.
Like, I don't understand how that works. I can have 1,000 points on just, like,
Small
a little,
assignments.
yeah, little assignments, like 5-point test, and it, like I have 100%, and I have a 73. Like, hey, what happened?
I don't know, but I'm sure that number 22, Colin Davis, knows what happened. Because he is the designated hitter for Josh Steinman.
He's the designated hitter for our pitcher today. So
Tyler Black going behind again to start the pitch count. Because why not? 2-0 the pitch count now. 2 outs, though, for the Bobcats. Trying desperately to get out of this inning. You got 2 runners on base, 1 in scoring position. Runner on second,
Yeah.
taking a pretty big lead there. Tyler Black checking.
yeah, Tyler. You know what? Tyler Black hasn't tried to step off to get this runner at second. So, until he does that, the runner on second needs to take his lead just to see what he can get away with and what he can't. Because if he can get halfway down the field and Tyler Black doesn't do anything, that's fair game.
Definitely. And I believe it's... well, there's a walk.
Yeah.
4-0 walk.
Bases loaded. This is not a good situation for the
Yeah.
Bobcats.
You can see by the way how Tyler's walking, he kind of stuck his head up into the air that he wasn't happy with himself right there. And the coaches are going to come out to talk to him really quick. Yeah, Cienega's going to have to regroup, and it looks like Tyler Black is done for pitching. Can't really tell who's coming in for him.
Number 6, I believe, is the number that I saw on the back of that
Oh,
jersey.
you know what? No, it's Ryan Craig going over to pitch. He was the one that he threw a complete game the other night against Rincon University High School. Louis Morales, number 6, is the going to be the replacement third baseman for Ryan Craig. You know what? Louis Morales is he's a freshman. So this is big for him. This is huge. You can see now though that the field is more than halfway in the sun. So it's gonna start to get warm.
Yeah.
So that's definitely gonna be that's definitely gonna end up being a factor because it's in the morning and it's nice outside, but we are in Phoenix. We are in downtown Phoenix, the city of concrete.
Definitely.
They like to. We are the Sun State for a reason. We're also the Valentine State, but that doesn't have anything to do with heat. So. Yeah.
Ryan Craig, 6-0 on the year with a 2.84 ERA.
Yeah, you know what?
Speaking of the high today, the high today on my radar is 82.
Really? Oh, I kind of thought it'd be higher than that. It's a good thing. I'm in all black, long sleeve shirt, long pants. It's air conditioned in here, so that's good.
It's okay because you look sharp.
Yeah.
He looks sharp, does he not? All right, down to the batter.
Thank you.
Number 14, starting back at the top of the lineup.
Oh, line drive. Almost took off Ryan Craig's lips on that one.
Trying to stop the runner at
Yeah.
home, but a run will score.
It's 2-0 now for Ironwood. Cienega's going to have to, you know what, that, you almost can't do anything with that, but you got to start making your plays earlier. There's a couple errors earlier in this inning that got runners to advance, and if you notice, bases are loaded.
Still.
So base hit scores 2 runs, and that's, you don't want to be down 4-0 going into the 3rd inning. So.
Strike there for Ryan Craig. So 0-1 the count, 2 outs, bases loaded. Bobcats down by 2 in the bottom of the 2nd inning here at Chase Field. For those of you just joining us, it has been all about the Nighthawks offense. Cienega's defense has lacked. Cienega's offense has not been able to get going. Tyler Black had to come out in the middle of the second inning. Could not throw a strike.
I believe that was a great move because Ryan Craig is pretty hot right now. He only allowed 1 run last game, so let's see if he can do something.
Oh,
Only need
looks
one more
like
out.
the
Pretty
Cienega
generous
fan.
ball call
Yeah.
there from the umpire. So 1-2 the count.
Like, Cienega fans are still yelling at the umpire. You really don't want to make him upset though. So.
In my experiences, it's better you leave the ref alone, let him do his job, and things will come.
Oh, you know what? Strikeout. So.
Great job.
End
for
of
Ryan
the
Craig.
inning. So it looks like that ball didn't matter in the long run, but.
Way to get out of a tough situation that Tyler Black
Yeah.
put him in. Tyler Black put him in a situation where bases were loaded. Ryan Craig ends up giving one run to a base hit line drive over the shortstop's head to center field. I mean, there's not much you can do
No.
about that
Yeah.
ball. So Ryan Craig definitely picking the defense up here for the Bobcats. Now can you pick up the offense for the Bobcats? Tyler Black moved to first base. So we've got ourselves a ball game here. 0-2. Nighthawks lead it at the end of the second. Between innings here, stay tuned for more Bobcat TV baseball. First ever edition at Chase Field. Throw a couple promos at your way.
Yeah.
We'll be back.
Dreamers, innovators, creators, artists. These 4 words describe the bright minds and young hearts that tread the grounds of Cienega. You are a part of a future so wonderfully great, and not only can you change it, but you can build it. You can grow up to make masterpieces that change the minds and open eyes. Or you can create the latest motion picture to fill your fellow Americans with joy and excitement and make them forget their troubles. But before you can become the master, take the first step on your path to a great filmmaker and take digital media today.
So, you know what we just
Just
noticed,
caught me singing.
folks? Oh, yeah, we did catch you
Yeah.
singing. But you know what we just noticed? As crazy as this sounds, we never introduced ourselves. So, for those of you who don't know, or who are just joining us, you guys are lucky. But I'm Alyssa Lubin.
I'm
senior
Justin
here at
Little.
Bobcat TV.
And I'm Dennis McMurray.
And we're Bobcat TV. And this is this third inning. Top of the third. Bobcats up to bat.
Our
Number 2.
new pitcher is batting, so help himself out here. Get a base hit. Get the team going. Oh, and it looks like he's going to swing right away, and it's up in the air, and that ball is, you know what, that ball would have gone over the Empire State Building. Left fielder came in, camped under. He had plenty of time to get underneath that ball and just sit there and wait for that ball to land in his glove.
The question is, can you get under that ball and can you see that ball due to the sun? So now Terrell Huggins is going to bat for the Bobcats. He's batting .299 on the season with 11 RBIs.
He tried to bunt and fouled it back.
That ball looked pretty low
It
to
was
try to
low.
bunt.
Looked like he almost should have pulled back, but you know what? At this point, it looks like that Cienega is just desperate to get people on base.
Terrell Huggins is definitely one you need on base. He is quick, and he knows what he's doing. He's got 3 stolen bases on the year.
That was a ball inside. Also looked low. It looked like it was about at his shins.
Looked like a curve ball gone a little wrong there. Slipped out of the hands a little bit. So 1-1 the count. 1 out for the Bobcats after the pop fly by our new pitcher, Ryan Craig. I'm going to say that one was a little low at the knees there.
Yeah.
So 2-1 the count. Josh Steinman starting to struggle a little bit here. And as I say that, he throws another ball low. Straight down the middle of the plate, low fastball. Terrell Huggins looking over, getting signals from the third base coach, Cabusi. 3-1 the count, 1 out for the Bobcats. Down 2-0, trying to get on the board.
Yeah, right here, you know, walk's as good as a hit. So there it is, right as I say that.
Way to draw that walk there by Terrell Huggins, kind of standing up a little taller,
Yep.
putting his bat up, keeping himself out of the way, not chasing anything. They're not, Bobcats were biting earlier on those fastballs outside, the curveballs inside and low. So now Najee Gaskins, will start the lineup all over again. His first trip up, hit a pop fly to center field.
Yeah.
Looking to get Terrell Huggins to second. How do you get Terrell Huggins to second? You put the ball on the ground.
Or you have him steal. You know what? He's fast enough that he might be able to just steal, and then Najee wouldn't have to worry about hitting it on into a double play situation, because that's what they're in right now.
Definitely. Najee Gaskins, took the first ball inside and straight down the middle. Inside and straight down the middle of his body, I guess is the best way to put it.
Yeah.
So 1-0 the count. Pitcher checks the runner at first.
You know, it looked like that Najee thought about bunting that ball just to move him over, and Terrell's going to steal.
Gets there successfully.
Wow,
that
really
kid is
bad.
quick.
He is.
I mean,
Can we have a radar
sophomore.
gun on him?
No, I think we'd break it.
He reminds me of a he reminds me of a young Jose Reyes that plays for the Rockies right now.
Yeah.
Really quick and just contact hitter and get to base.
Exactly. Not a real big power hitter. Just I can dribble a ball to third.
Najee fouls that off back into the backstop.
1-2 the count. 1 out. Runner on second after Terrell Huggins stole that base.
You know what? You can almost have Terrell steal third.
Almost.
Yeah.
I mean, the kid is definitely fast enough to do it. And with Izzy coming up here shortly, we'd have ourselves one heck of a speed problem on base for those
Yep, if
Nighthawks.
Najee can get on, it's... and he's going to get a base hit. Oh, is he going to send Terrell? No, Terrell's going to stay over at third. Najee's thought about going over to second, but he's going to stay over at first anyway.
Smart play by Terrell. Don't want to risk that.
I think he's quick enough to get to third.
He is at third.
I apologize. I was listening to the third base coach, and he said the word third, and then I just kind of stopped. I apologize. But Kabusi giving instructions to number 5 here, Izzy Carrillo.
Yeah, you know what? They might sacrifice Najee as a runner here to just to get Terrell to score. Wouldn't surprise me that they have Najee either do a delayed steal or a quick steal or just a steal in general just to get that ball away from home plate over to second.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Big leadoff now on third base. Big leadoff on both bases here. So 2-0 the count.
Well, they're definitely both quick enough to get back. That's not a thing that they're going to need to worry about. They're fast.
Terrell and Kabusi having a talk over there on third base.
Have a little hat hair over there.
Yeah, you saw that too.
You can hear all the batters over and up, and it looked like they were trying to do a hit and run situation and got fouled off. We've got a small fan running over to get that ball. He is sprinting.
Little red shirt over there.
Yeah.
Cute little kid.
Looks like they're racing.
He's all of about like 4 years old, and they are looking in the wrong spot for that ball.
Security's pointing him in the right direction now. So 2-1 the count, 1 out for the Bobcats. Runners on first and third. Nighthawks looking to put this inning away.
Najee's going to steal again. He's going to throw it over to second, and you know what? Now we've got 2 runners in scoring position, and Izzy hits he gets a base hit, and he can tie the game up depending on where he hits it and how far and how fast it gets to any fielder.
That's how fast baseball changes, folks.
Fouls it off. He's not staying alive because that was only the second strike, and now we've got a full count.
So now he needs to stay alive.
Now he needs to stay alive.
3-2, 1 out. Runners on third and second. Steinman looking for the strike.
Izzy is going to hit a line drive into right field, and Terrell is going to score. He's going to score standing up, actually, and you know what? The ball's going to get past the catcher, and he's going to save it and throw it over to second.
Izzy Carrillo, great heads-up play by him,
Yep.
realizing.
Single with an error to get over to second.
Yeah, realizing that ball got past the catcher. Catcher not realizing that he had a runner on
Yep.
first. Kind of lazily meandering over to the
Mhm.
ball.
We're talking about Izzy's speed earlier, and that just showed it right there, that heads-up play.
So Bobcats are finally on the board with 1 run to 2 runs. Ball is high, almost got hit in the face
You know
with
what?
that
There's
pitch.
still
is
only
Nick
1 out.
Gonzalez. Yeah, only 1 out.
The
1 ball.
Looks like the coach for Ironwood's going to come out to talk to his pitcher. You know what? I've seen Nick Gonzalez get hit in the head. We played middle school ball together, and he got hit in the head, and it cracked his helmet, and he shook it off like it was nothing.
That's crazy to me. You know, I was watching Luke Morrison, and I don't know if anybody knows Brett Graybosch, his little brother Ryan Graybosch. He actually plays for Desert Christian, but he was part of that Little League team, that Rincon Little League team that went to the Little League World Series, and the distance between home plate and the pitching mound is much shorter than in high school ball. And the kid was throwing a 60-mile-an-hour fastball in Little League. You throw a 60-mile-an-hour fastball at that short of a distance, it's like getting rocked in the head with a 90-mile-an-hour fastball. He took it straight to the dome, was knocked out cold, had a serious concussion, and cracked his helmet in 2 different places.
That story took a darker turn than I thought it was going to.
But I mean, the kid got up, shook it off, and wanted to play again. I mean, these boys are tough. Oh, there's 2. He nearly escaped 2 balls to the face there. 2-0 the count.
No, it looks like their pitcher's a little bit rattled. He's going to need to focus back up, or Cienega's going to take advantage of this even more than they already have with 2 runners in scoring position. Oh, and it's going to get through, and Najee's going to stumble trying to get back to third. He's going to score standing up, and they're going to send Izzy over to home, and he's safe. Cienega's now up 3-2.
And let's talk about an in-the-field triple.
Yeah.
And now Cienega is up.
You know what?
Tables have turned.
That might have been a double anyway, but because they tried to throw it to home, Nick Gonzalez, he went, I can get over to third. You know what? I might as well take it. Free base.
And now the power hitter, Dakota Martin, up. Bobcats now turning the tides, turning the momentum.
That's huge.
Dakota Martin averaging a 339 with 9 RBIs. Can he make it 10? I mean, he's got a runner in scoring position, and he is quick. I mean, this whole Cienega team is quick, but Nick Gonzalez, you put your 3 quickest guys in a row, right? You've got Terrell Huggins, you've got Izzy Carrillo, you got Najee Gaskins, you have Nick
Dylan
Gonzalez.
Howell at the back of the
back of the pack
there.
there.
Back of the pack there. You get him on base, and you've got about 5 stupid fast runners on base.
But those are 2 stupid good strikes in a row right there by Josh Steinman. Right there on the corner of the outside of the plate. Looked to me like a curveball or a changeup inside there. So 0-2 the count. 1 out. Bobcats lead it 3-2.
Yeah, Dakota's going to want to make up for his last at bat for striking out here. Pitcher knows that he got him on a curveball last time, so it wouldn't surprise me that there's a curveball coming somewhere.
It wouldn't surprise me if Dakota Martin crushes it knowing that he's got a curveball coming for him, right? And I'm sure Kabusi's telling him the same thing, right?
Yep.
Don't lift your head. Keep your head down. Keep your body twisted.
Does the pitcher, though, really want to throw a uh-oh. He's going to slide, and he is out. You know what? Nick Gonzalez is going to argue that play. That was a double play. That was a really good heads-up play by Ironwood. That was huge. I wish we had instant replay.
Yeah, for those of you watching at home, rewind that. Go back, look at it. Was Nick Gonzalez's foot on the base before he ran through the catcher?
Wow.
And can I just say, most of these boys play football with pads.
Yeah.
To run into a man with pads, without pads? I don't know if
and he just stood up. He was like, oh, you hit me? Okay.
Like I said, these boys are tough cookies. All right, bottom of the third coming at you. Bobcats lead it, scoring 3 runs in the third
3-2. They took
inning.
advantage. Their defense just needs to hold on now. Their offense looks like they're clicking, and maybe that little click groove that they have going
That's the real
on offense will
if their defense can hold.
Yep.
So I see Kevin Stevens at first base.
Yep.
I no longer see Tyler Black. That might have been my mistake, or Tyler Black may have actually gone to first base for a minute.
No.
Either way, he's not out there now. Kevin Stevens is in there now. Ryan Craig is our pitcher.
It does look like that Tyler Black is sitting there in the dugout.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tyler Black not having the best game of his life.
Nope. Well, you know what? I can tell you one thing. He is somewhere down there, for sure.
Not having the best game of his life. Not having the worst game of his life, I'm sure. You know, maybe it was nerves. Maybe it was just, I don't know. Maybe the batter was saying something that got to him a little bit. Who knows?
Yeah.
His feathers got ruffled, and
Mm-hmm.
he just wasn't pitching well. So the head coach made a good decision. Put Ryan Craig in. Ryan Craig not allowing, one hit in the last two
Yep.
games?
Mhm.
So,
2 now, yeah.
yeah, two now. So,
Yeah, you can tell in Ryan Craig's picture that he likes baseball. Biggest smile on his face.
yeah, passion for the game is everything, right? There's two things coaches can't teach, and those are heart and height. All right, number
Can
10.
stretch though.
I mean, hey, I want to go to Willy Wonka's factory and stretch a little bit. All right, so Derek Daly now to the plate for the Nighthawks. Count is 0-1. Great strike to the outside of the plate there by Ryan Craig. See if he can do it again. Nope.
And line drive, and Terrell's going to not be able to get there in time. He's going to field it, and he's going to have to step and throw. Crow hopped. Single for Derek Daly.
Nice base hit there. Kind of hitting it to the outside shoulder of the left fielder, Terrell Huggins. So now Nick Estrella will come to the plate for the Nighthawks. Try to move Derek Daly to second, get him into scoring position, try to tie this game up. Maybe even get the go-ahead run on base. About halfway through this game now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, right around there. Ryan Craig's going to pick off. That's one thing that Ryan Craig does like to do. He can if he thinks he can catch that runner off, just even a little bit, he's going to throw.
Yeah, last game.
Yeah, he threw
Thursday against
so
Rincon.
many.
Yeah. I think he had 5 in like one play.
Straight down the middle of the plate with a changeup there. Might have been a little high, but ref gave him the strike. So it's 0-1 the count to start. No outs, runner on first. Number 11, Jake Engel on deck.
Ryan Craig tried to pick off again, and he didn't get the out.
Yeah, you know, I've watched the first baseman here, Kevin Stevens, really watching the eyes of Ryan Craig more so than he did Tyler Black.
Oh, are they going to get the double play? Oh, they got the did his foot come off the base? It must have. Ryan Craig threw it a little high, and Izzy Carrillo wasn't able to stretch far enough.
Izzy Carrillo's not a tall guy there.
No, he's not.
Try to put it at his chest. Now Dakota Martin going to talk some wise words to Ryan Craig and the infield.
Yeah, the infield's going to gather.
Probably a good, necessary discussion here. Try to, do some damage control before things get out of hand.
Yeah, they've got a runner in scoring position now that they need to be careful for. So they've got two runners on base. You know what? That's dangerous. Tying runs at second.
So Jake Engel, 410 batting average, 5 home runs on the year.
That's ridiculous. Is he going to be able to hit a home run on Chase Field, though?
That's the question we've been asking,
yep.
right? So can somebody hit the ball 408 feet? It's 407 feet to the back wall. Can somebody hit it 408 feet?
Yeah.
Can somebody hit the back wall? That's the real question.
You know what? Cienega needs to know that this guy can hit it, and you know that's a long outfield. So I'm not saying they should play back, but they definitely shouldn't be playing in on this guy. It's a long way to have to run for that ball.
Yeah, it gets over the head of the outfielder. One of the outfielders bounces off that back wall. It's going to take him, 1 to 2 base runs to figure out how to get the ball back into the infield and stop the tying run from coming in from second right now. Low and inside. Dakota Martin stopping the steal. Number 10, Derek Daly, looking like he was going to try to steal right there. Excuse me. No, yeah, Derek Daly, number 10.
Yeah, I was like, you were right.
Runner staying close to the base because they know Ryan likes to pick off.
Yeah. Throws it outside.
Yeah, just off that corner there on that curveball. So 2-0 the count.
You know, it's a very high pressure situation for Ryan Craig. He's gonna, you know, he ice runs through the veins, and you know now he's got a strike on him. So
Definitely foul ball there. 2-1 the count, no outs. 3-2 your score. Bottom of the third. Runner in scoring position here on second. Go ahead run on first.
threw it inside.
Yeah, way inside there, trying to get him to chase it in, trying to get him in on the hands. 3-1 the count. Ryan Craig behind now.
The one thing you do not want to do here is walk him, because then bases are loaded, and you know, yeah, bases are loaded.
And he got him with the strike. Number 11, Jake Engel, thought that he had been walked, thought that ball was low. Gets him with the strike, so 3-2 full count now. That changes the game.
Yeah, I actually think everyone else in the stadium thought that he was about to get walked too. And now he got walked. So.
Similar pitch, a little bit lower. Ball 4.
Yeah.
Bases loaded. Dakota Martin. Trying to talk to his infield there a little bit.
Yeah, give, you know, they say that the catcher's the general of the field, so he can see everything that's going on at any given time, so he needs to tell everyone what they're doing. You know, Dylan Howell hasn't gotten a whole lot of action out there in right field.
He has not. And as you say that, things are about to change.
Mm-hmm.
A wild pitch to the outside by Ryan Craig. 1 ball, no strikes. Number 24, Adam Mays at the plate now for the Nighthawks. Bases loaded, bottom of the third. Big leadoff there for the first base runner.
Dakota had to step outside to catch that ball.
That's 2 wild pitches outside. And Dakota Martin is not happy with his pitchers.
You know what? Pitching's going to either make or break Cienega this year. Yeah, pitching's key. If you don't have a pitcher that can consistently put strikes in, you can't win. And I do think that the nerves are something for Ryan.
Yeah, it is a factor in this game.
Can you just imagine? I mean, I'm sure the MLB guys are used to it, but there was, what, 25,000 people at the game last night?
27,000.
27,000. It's a little bit more than the 45 that's here for this game.
Yeah. So ball down the middle of the plate, but high, so it'll be a ball 3-0 the count. Finally, Ryan Craig gets a strike, trying not to walk in the tying run. No outs. 3-1 the count. Bases loaded. This guy's put himself in a really bad position.
You know, if you're Ironwood, you just want to get the ball out of the infield.
Walked him. Ball 4.
Walk's as good as a hit. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. And I'm sure I'll say it a couple more times. It's a tied game now.
Yep, and the pinch runner, number 17, Josh Durang, will come in for the Nighthawks.
For, looks like he'll be,
for the catcher, Adam Mays.
Yeah, looks like he's going to come in for the catcher?
Yeah. Number 21 now, Christian Piercy batting for the Nighthawks. He has also only had 1 at-bat, so he's hitting 1,000 right now.
Yep. You know, that's a thing that you can go around school and
hitting 300.
He's hitting 300. Never mind, you can't go around school and say, "Hey, I'm batting 1,000."
Well, I mean, Carlos Mencias could have until he hit the fly ball to the middle of center field and dropped his batting average to 500.
Yeah.
So 0-1 the count. Ryan Craig trying to find that strike zone, trying to find what that umpire likes.
Oh, pop up into right field. There's Dylan Howell's speed. Oh, he's going to throw it into home, but runners aren't going to advance. There's Dylan Howell's action right there.
No kidding. Like I said, as soon as you say something, he's going to get some action.
He had
First
to,
out of the inning.
Yeah, he had to run a good ways for that. I don't know if you can see on the screen, but he's in the center of the
State Farm logo there, if you can see the State Farm logo.
Yeah.
There's a little white dot.
He ran a pretty good distance to
Yeah.
catch that ball.
He really showcased his athleticism on that one.
Oh, line drive into center, and it's going to drop, and runners are going to score. It almost gets past Najee. Looks like 2 runs are going to come in for Ironwood, and they're going to come up. They're going to be leading now 5-3.
Yeah, 5-3 the lead. Now can we take Carlos Mencia's batting average and bump it up to 750? Give him 2 RBIs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Colin Davidson now is the designated hitter. He's going to be coming up. 533 average. He's got 10 RBIs. He's looking to make it 11. Oh, he bunts and it just shoots straight back. Tried to move the runners over.
Oh, 1 the count. 1 out. Bottom of the 3rd. Strike, little high, but down the middle of the plate. Looked to me like a soft curveball. Didn't quite curve as much as he would have wanted it to, but a curveball nonetheless. 0-2 the count. Way outside.
Oh, and it's going to get away from Dakota. There's going to be runners on 3rd and 1st now.
Great running there by, I believe that is number 17. Yes.
Is it 7? 7.
17.
17?
Josh Durang, the pinch runner for the catcher. Adam Mays. Good heads up play there by him.
No, believe it or not, I do have 20/20 vision. So, oh, it is 17.
It's kind of hard to see the numbers from up here from our angle where we're at.
Best seats in the house, though.
Definitely. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Runners on 1st and 3rd. They're going to call that one a ball right down the middle of the plate, a little high. Tried to pick. Ryan Craig tried to pick off the first base runner again. Again, getting nowhere with that. Except for the fact that now the first base runner is taking a shorter lead.
Fouls it off. It's coming back, and no one's back there, so no one's hurt.
That's good. That's always good.
In Little League for All-Stars, my majors year, we were warming up before the game, and we were just taking some batting practice, and I fouled a ball off straight back over the backstop, and I yelled, "Heads up," and, you know, the lady that was walking, she didn't heads up, and right on her head. I mean, like, I'm going to say perfect, but it wasn't perfect. I mean, obviously it's terrible. She got hit in the head, but just the timing was. And you know what? And she took that like a champ. Like, it hit her, and she kind of looked around like, what was that? And then she kept going.
Kind of like the bench warmer situation where when the guy has the baseball card, he's got the baseball card with, you know, 10 dead birds, a dead squirrel, and 16 broken windshields.
I'm going to put that on the list. 1 concussion.
All right, 3-2 full count now for the designated hitter, Colin Davidson, and the Bobcats pitcher, Ryan Craig. 1 out, runner on third, runner on first.
Line drive into left field, and wow, that was way back there, and that was called foul. Wow, that hit the wall. That was way back there. That was really close. I mean, the umpire has a better view of it than I do, but that looked like it was, from this position, that looked like that was fair.
Maybe it bounced on the line, maybe it didn't, but like you said, I mean, he's got the best angle at it. It was definitely going somewhere. That thing had distance. Had that ball been called fair, I guarantee you it may have been an in-the-park home run. If not, the first base runner would have scored, and the Nighthawks would have gone up by 4.
Yes.
No,
easily.
Yeah, you can tell just from that batter that he's got power to hit that ball over.
Does he have enough power to hit it over the 407-foot wall is the question.
That's the real question, but it doesn't matter because he got walked.
Ryan Craig now struggling.
Yeah. You know what? Coach Cabusi might want to start thinking about whether or not to pull Ryan Craig. Looks like infield's going to play in, but now that I said that, they're moving back. Huh?
I think they were moving in to get some direction.
Yeah.
A third base coach there.
Looks like the corners are playing in. You know what they're going to do? If corners get the ball, which the corners are third and first base, if anyone doesn't know. Third baseman gets the ball. He's going to throw it home. Dakota Martin, the catcher, he's going to tag home plate, and he's going to throw it over to first for the double play. Same thing's going to happen if the ball's hit to first. The first baseman's going to throw it to Dakota, and the first baseman's going to have to get back so Dakota can throw the ball to first base again. But if it's hit in the middle of the infield, which is either shortstop or second base, they're just going to turn a regular double play, which is either short to second base over to first or second base to shortstop over the first.
Yeah, now bases are loaded, but it's a 0-2 count. Make that a 1-2 count.
That out would have been huge if he had gotten that strike.
Still has the opportunity here. Still ahead in the count. 1-2 the count. 1 out. Bases loaded. Ryan Craig on the mound. Small chip shot gets through the infield there. Nobody on third.
That ball just kind of rolled and just no one was around. It wasn't hit very hard. It just kind of moseyed on through the infield, but no one was able to get to it. It's too far away for third base, and shortstop had to run it almost into left field to get that ball. So, you know what? Sometimes it's not even about power. It's just where you hit the ball, going back to what you said about ball placement. Line drive into right center, and Najee Gaskins is going to catch it for the second out, and he's going to throw it in. Runner's going to score. Runner on first and third now.
So that's 2 runs, last 2 pitches. Ryan Craig definitely not known for a shutout game anymore.
Yeah, whatever momentum Cienega had going into this bottom half of the inning, it's gone.
7-3 the score now. Ironwood Ridge leads it. Cienega just needing 1 more out. But Ironwood has runner in scoring position on third. Runner on first trying to get to second, but they're going to call that strike over the corner good. So it'll be 0-1 the count.
Yeah, right now you just want the easy out. That's all you need. Get back into batting. Try to win back some of these runs. You've still got 4 innings left to play. You can, 4 runs, 1 run an inning. I mean, yes, it's easier said than done, but 4 runs at one time is tough.
Yeah, definitely. Try to chip away at the leads, soft and slow, 1 ball at a time, 1 pitch at a time, 1 swing at a time, and eventually you'll get somewhere, but you also got to play 1 defensive ball at a time, 1 catch at a time, 1 pitch at a time.
Line drive into right field. Just barely gets over the head of Kevin Stevens. The runner's going to score, and the runner on first is now on third. So, yeah, that's 3-8 now.
6 runs now scored in the inning for these Nighthawks. Dakota Martin.
Gathering up the infield to.
Looks like Ryan needs a pep talk.
Ryan needs something.
Looks like Kevin Stevens is staying over at first, though.
Yeah, Ryan's a little rattled out there after giving up 6 runs in 1 inning.
Wow, Najee ran all the way from center field into home to give Ryan a little quick pep talk.
Batter now putting on an elbow guard and a shin guard to make sure that if he gets hit, 'cause he almost got nailed in the knee there.
Yep.
Make sure that if he gets hit, he's not breaking anything.
Yeah, my freshman year, I got hit by about I don't know how fast it was going, but it was fast. Right in the leg. And I'm pretty sure that the bruise is still there.
Permanent bruising.
Yeah.
I've got a couple of softball girls in my 4th period class, and I've known them to walk in, and, my teacher didn't realize they played softball and walked up to them and asked them, is everything okay at home?
Your
Because
parents
their
aren't
bruises-
abusing you, are they?
Because their bruises were so nasty on the back of their arms,
Yeah.
where they bat, and, their thighs and their ankles and their calves. And, I mean, girls go hard. No offense, but, girls go
Yeah,
hard.
they
Girls
do.
go
Definitely.
cleat first into each other. And
Yeah, well, Cienega won state tournament, and Shea Bushy, she broke the third baseman's nose last year.
yeah.
I mean, yeah, she dove into
She dove into third, head
yeah,
first,
she dove
right?
into third head first, and Shea kind of went, do you really want to go here, and just stopped her with her head.
Yeah. I was watching that game on Fox Sports.
The
and
booth that we're in.
Yeah, the booth that we're in. I was watching that game on Fox Sports, and I watched her diving into third base. The third baseman kind of drops her head to pick up the ball. No cares whatsoever given, head first straight into the third baseman's nose. Breaks her nose. It was awful.
Yeah, Shea Bushy. She every now and then, I've got a couple classes with her. She'll walk into class like limping, like she'd been attacked, and I'll go, "Oh my God, what happened?" And she's like, "Oh, softball." Like it's the most normal thing ever. Like you can't walk straight. Like.
All right, well, the Bobcats finish out that inning, finally giving up 6 runs. They now trail where they once led 8-3, your score at the bottom of the 3rd. I apologize, folks, but I'm going to have to leave you. I have a coaching job. I've got some 13-year-olds to go coach in a volleyball tournament up in Wickenburg. So I'm going to leave you in very, very good hands, very, very knowledgeable hands with my good friend Justin and the best cameraman in the whole world, who's now gotten in front of the camera. And doesn't he look sharp with that bow tie, folks?
Finally got promoted.
Dennis. Oh, yeah, he got promoted right here. All right, so you're seeing it first and only on
Girls go
Bobcat
crazy
TV
for a
is
sharp-dressed
Dennis.
man.
Yeah, Def Leppard,
Yeah.
my friend. All right, so this is Alyssa Lubin signing off for Bobcat TV. I hope you guys have a great time with Justin and Dennis. I hope that the game goes well, that it's a close game. 8-3, your score at the bottom of the 3rd. We're going to throw a promo at your way, and then these guys are going to take care of you. Have a nice afternoon, folks.
This is Girls Soccer, and you're watching Bobcat TV.
We're Bobcat TV, and you're watching Bobcat TV.
This is Cienega football, and you're watching Bobcat TV.
We're Bobcat TV, and you're watching Bobcat TV.
And we're back, folks. Looks like third baseman Luis Morales is coming up to bat. You know what? This is the first time that I've seen him bat all season. He usually has Tyler Black as a designated hitter, but you know what? And that's why his batting average is as low as it is. He doesn't have very many at-bats. He's only got a .091 batting average. He's going to swing and miss for strike one.
One of two freshmen on the team, Justin. It's good to see him getting some playing time out here at Chase Field. He's also the quarterback on the freshman football team. So he has a bright.
Oh, was he?
Yeah, he has a bright future ahead of him as an athlete at Cienega, a two-sport star, football and baseball. Yeah.
This is our director, Mr. Miller, joining us for the commenting.
I'll spell in for Alyssa, and then I'll probably bail out again.
Pitch is going to come in. He's going to hit it into right field. That was up high, and it's tailing. The right fielder's going to catch it anyway.
Yeah, Jake Engel, a nice play there in right field. Look, you saw last inning, it was a rough inning for Cienega and a great inning for Ironwood Ridge. They batted around the lineup, right? So they made it all the way through their entire lineup, getting 6 runs there in that inning, breaking it wide open. We saw the control problems that have been plaguing Tyler Black on the mound. He walked a couple of batters, got into a jam. They had to go to Ryan Craig. Tough situation for Ryan to come in with runners on the previous inning, and then he had a rough inning of his own.
Dylan Howell tries to bunt, but it pops up into the air and goes behind him. Not the best bunt you were looking for, and Coach Kabusi, with his hands on his hips, was not happy about that outcome.
Yeah, just a tad off of that bunt.
You know what? Dylan Howell's fast. If he can put that bunt down, I know we've talked about Dylan's speed the whole time, but unless you've seen him play, you really just don't understand how fast he is. I talked earlier how his sophomore year he had 25 stolen bases. That's ridiculous. It was one of the highest in Tucson, actually, when it happened. He's just fast. All right, he's watched 2 balls go by. Counts now 2-1. There's 1 out.
Dugout screaming Howell's name over there.
We've got to keep the tradition going of just saying his name, like Alyssa was saying. Yep. He's going to swing, and it's going to pop up into the stands. Looks like it landed in a chair. Some fans are going for their souvenir.
Yeah, they have to throw it back in, though, right? It's like catch and release. You want to make sure you catch it and throw it back into the water. And Josh Diamond doing a good job here. He's got to come out and have a nice inning here to keep that momentum going for Ironwood Ridge. They had a big game on Thursday. They played against Tucson High School, and they lost a close game on Thursday. They had their best pitcher, who I'd consider to be their best player as well, Nick Estrella, who started that game, just ran into some problems. So Steinman getting a start here. It's his 3rd start of the season. He's put up good numbers as well from the rotation.
Pitcher bounces it into the catcher. Full count now.
And you see the infield here is basking in sunlight, so the shadows now are just constrained or confined to, basically right center field into the corner and into foul territory. Most of the field now awash in sun.
Dylan Howell staying alive. Swings it off and fouls it.
And it's great here, too, boys. We were here last night. We watched the Diamondbacks with a walk-off single by Yasmani Tomas in the bottom of the 9th to beat the Cubbies.
Can you say his name 5 times fast?
Yasmani Tomas, Yasmani Tomas, Yasmani Tomas.
That was only 3 times.
3 times. Tres es muy bien. A Cuban player, one of the highly heralded players.
Dylan's going to round second off that bunt, and he makes it.
Nice.
See, there it is. That's his speed that I was talking about earlier. That was huge.
Don't know if you want to call that a passed ball or a wild pitch there. It's either a wild pitch, and I kind of missed it, by Jake Engel, or it's a pass ball against Adam Mays. A great receiving backstop, but heads-up base running there to put a runner in scoring position with 1 out. Yeah. So this would be key. If Cienega can find a way to get another run across the board, to scratch it across here, that would definitely benefit them and give them some more momentum coming back into the game. Right, we've got Luke Morrison.
Yeah, his first at bat of the game.
I think it's his first at bat of the season. Luke has had problems with his right elbow. He had they diagnosed that his right elbow tendonitis. So he's a pitcher, basically a high leverage relief pitcher that's getting an at bat here.
He's going to swing and foul it off.
So big at bat for the sophomore. We saw Luke's brother Garrett earlier behind home plate. I'm sure that I saw his mother as well. I think she retrieved the first foul ball.
I'm sure his dad is here.
I'm sure he's here as well.
You know, his dad is actually the announcer for the games at Cienega.
Right, he's a public address man, does a great job.
Luke hits it over to second, and easy out.
A productive out, right?
Yep.
Moving the runner from
Advanced
second
the
base to
runner.
third. So with 2 outs here.
Looks like Ryan Craig's getting ready to take his at bat. He wants to, for sure, make up for some of the pitching that he did last inning. He's got to help himself out if he can just bring this runner in. That'd be huge. Watches the ball bounce.
It's a little bit of curveball there. So
Yeah, Josh Diamond does have a sharp curveball that they do need to look out for because you don't want to be chasing it when he throws it low.
Right, you have a chance of a wild pitch or a pass ball. We saw one earlier that put the runner in scoring position. That one's going to be an easy second baseman field, and a nice play there by Brown. So Greg Brown at second base handles it. The Nighthawks get out of a bit of a jam.
Very quick inning.
And we'll go to the bottom of the fourth with the Nighthawks leading 8-3. We'll take a quick break. We'll be back to you at the bottom of the fourth inning. You're watching exclusive coverage of Cienega High School baseball on Bobcat TV from Chase Fields.
Dreamers, innovators, creators, artists. These 4 words describe the bright minds and young hearts that tread the grounds of Cienega. You are a part of a future so wonderfully great, and not only can you change it, but you can build it. You can grow up to make masterpieces that change the minds and open eyes. Or you can create the latest motion picture to fill your fellow Americans with joy and excitement and make them forget their troubles. But before you can become the master, take the first step on your path to a great filmmaker and take digital media today.
We're Bobcat TV, and you're watching Bobcat TV.
We're Bobcat TV, and you're watching Bobcat TV.
Kevin Stevens is going to be our pitcher now as we return. He and Ryan Craig have switched spots, so Ryan Craig is now over at first with Kevin Stevens on the mound pitching.
And we have Jake Engel. I want to thank Coach Vic from the Nighthawks, who gave us a great scouting report on all the players from the Nighthawks. Engel, he's a dangerous hitter with power and gap-to-gap capabilities. He's got a plus arm. He's second on the team in home runs, and he may come in the game as a reliever. When he pitches, he comes in from the bullpen, mid to high 80s fastball, which is really fast for the high school level. Curveball, changeup. He's committed to Division II Dixie State in Utah. A lot of these players, these Nighthawks players, are already committed to going to a lot of Division II quality baseball programs around the United States. So Kevin Stevens coming out here. He had some elbow issues of his own.
Line drive into right field, but it's going to be foul. Bounces into the stands.
And Justin, you know, as a pitcher, right? It's either the elbow or the shoulder that are the 2 problem areas for these kids. So who knows how many innings these kids have thrown in Little League ball, and who knows what kind of a pitch count that they're on.
Club ball too.
Yeah, club ball. So yeah, baseball all year long. And if these managers want to win ball games, and the kids, they never want to come out either.
Yeah, it's all about playing for these guys. Nick Gonzalez is going to overthrow Ryan Craig for the out at first, but he's safe.
Tough play for Nick, going deep in the hole there. He knew he had to put a lot on that throw, and you have a pretty speedy runner going down the line there in Engel. So he just airmailed it. But fortunately here we're at Chase Field. You have a great backstop there, and it went right to Ryan Craig at first base. So we'll call that E6, and I think that's the third error, or that's the fourth error here against the Bobcats. So I don't know if that's reflected accurately in the scoreboard, but I have 4 errors here.
Yeah, up next for Ironwood is number 24, Adam Mays. No relation to Billy Mays.
Or Willie Mays.
Or Willie Mays.
Or Willie Mays Hayes, for that matter.
As far as we know.
There's a souvenir almost. That's in our neck of the woods, a booth over.
If that was a little bit closer, I would have laid out for that. And then instantly regretted it because
I would have held your feet.
Yeah, thank you. Because we're about a story up above the rest of the stands, and that's a long fall.
Nice inside fastball by Kevin Stevens. Adam Mays, the catcher, solid defensively, plus arm, blocks everything. Solid offensively, committed to D3 Wittenberg in Ohio. A lot of seniors on this team.
Kevin Stevens fixing the mound to just how he likes it.
Fastball up and away.
You were actually able to hear the pop of the glove. I heard it from up here, and I have a headset on, so I can only imagine what it was like down there with being right there in the stands.
Curveball that didn't break, and Adam Mays checked his swing there. He was inclined to swing at it.
Counts now 2-2. Runner's going to take a lead. Kevin Stevens is going to check him back. Looks like Ironwood wants the balk, but I guess the umpires didn't think that it was.
Right, and that's always a difficult interpretation. It's the umpire's interpretation. As a pitcher, you cannot deceive the runner.
Ball's going to get hit to third, and he's going to fall on the ball, and he's going to overthrow second base.
And that is unfortunate. A difficult play there to make.
2 errors.
For Luis, right, from the ground. And he was thinking about 2, and if not 2, then definitely getting 1. But that throw from your knees at third to second base, he wanted to put a little bit of zest onto it, and it just airmailed it at second base. Justin, let me tell you a quick story. You're talking about the ball. You could hear the pop of the ball into the catcher's mitt.
Yeah.
First baseball game that I ever went to was in Philadelphia at Old Veterans Stadium, an awful stadium, AstroTurf. Nolan Ryan pitching, the legendary Hall of Fame pitcher, the career leader in strikeouts in major leagues. He owns the record, 5,000 plus. So Nolan Ryan, the Ryan Express, pitching for Houston in Philadelphia, and a pretty jam-packed stadium there with people pretty much tuning in to watch him pitch. You could hear the pop of the ball into the catcher's mitt. You could also hear him grunting. So every time that he would throw a pitch, you would hear that effort that he would throw into it. Somebody who topped 100 miles regularly in his career. So we're not seeing that from Kevin. Oh, nice
Zach
bunt. That was a beauty.
He's going to throw it over to first, and that's actually the first play of this inning that didn't have an error. So Cienega is going to need to hold their ground on this.
Yeah, it's a beautiful bunt there by Christian Piercy.
Yeah, you know what? That did its job. It moved the runners over. You've got 2 runners in scoring position instead of just 1. So that's very huge.
Mencius, his last at bat, the junior, hit that ball in the gap in left center field. 2 RBI in the previous inning, and the floodgates kind of opened up there in the bottom of the third.
Yeah, Cienega's trying to stop the bleeding, and more just kind of didn't work out too well for him. Kevin Stevens throws it low and inside. Ball 1. Fastball down low. Ball 2.
I like that Kevin's trying to bring it inside there. You don't want a batter to be too comfortable there up at the plate, so you bring it inside. It's such a fine art trying to throw the ball inside, but you got to try to control that plate in that strike zone.
Well, yeah, as a pitcher, you need to let the batter know that that's your plate, that you're letting the batter stand there. So Kevin Stevens was marking his territory.
It's great. You can hear the chants here and the calls from the dugouts, and it's echoing through this cavernous ballpark.
Fouls it off to the backstop.
Such a beautiful park.
Oh, it's gorgeous.
A lot of money went into this with the ceiling that can open and close, and the big screen. Oh, it's just beautiful.
The clock in center field, the gigantic Arizona state flag and the American flag. When the roof's open, this is a pristine, majestic ballpark. With the roof closed, it's impressive, but when you open it up and you can see the clouds. And the
strikeout for Kevin Stevens.
Yep, nice pitch. Looked like a little bit of a fastball with some movement there in the outside corner.
Yeah, and you know what? They can open up that ceiling. They can open it up pretty quickly. I think they opened it in, what, 5 minutes last night after the – yeah.
Yeah, 5 minutes.
I mean, the thing's giant. I couldn't tell you how much it weighed, and I'd probably underguess it if I tried, but I mean 5 minutes to move a lot, you know, out of the way.
It's an achievement in architecture, and it's an achievement in structural engineering when you can see something that's this gargantuan to be able to open up in 5 minutes. Because we saw it this morning when we drove past the ballpark on our way to breakfast. The roof was closed. When we came back 5 minutes later, it was open. So it's that easy. I want to thank Josh Kramer, our director, for being out here making the trip with us today with Bobcat TV. He is the godfather of Bobcat TV. Cody Losey's out here as well. He's in the United States Navy. So Cody taking the trip with us. Dennis McMurray, Justin Little. We saw Alyssa Lubin and heard from her earlier today. And then Teddy Bryant Carter running the camera. Oh, nice pitch. Same pitch, that fastball with movement on the outside corner. Window shopping. We had two guys that were just browsing at the store, and they got caught looking. So nice job by Kevin to come in there and hemorrhage the bleeding a little bit.
Yeah, the offense needs to step up now. It can't just be a pitching game. They've got to hit. You know what? Their defense is solid, but you just got to hit the ball where the defense isn't, and that's how they're going to score runs here.
One thing I've noticed is that Cienega has already used 3 pitchers, and Ironwood still has Josh Steinman pitching.
That's a great observation, Dennis, and that's something that's been plaguing the Bobcats. They don't have that kind of depth. I'm going to slide out of the frame. Don't pull me in the frame, Josh.
They caught me playing with my tie.
That's one of the problems that Cienega has had this season. They don't have that same kind of depth that Ironwood Ridge has with their pitching staff. Cienega, we're looking at a staff of maybe 3 or 4 pitchers that regularly have to shoulder the burden. And Kevin Stevens with the elbow soreness and Luke Morrison with the elbow soreness, keeping them out and limiting them at their innings pitched. I would love to see Jackson Rounds come out here, number 17, the junior. He pitched a gem on Thursday, 6 innings of shutout baseball in their victory on Thursday. So I'd love to see Jackson get some time here on the mound.
Really quick note, our cameraman Teddy is dancing. He's right here. You can see him. He's right there.
There he is.
Oh, and he's shy.
It's like the groundhog on Groundhog's Day.
I was going to say peekaboo.
He saw his shadow, and he went back into the hole. We're going to have 6 more weeks of winter.
And he's back.
There he is.
He stopped dancing when we pointed him out.
On the celly.
Looks like he might be talking to his mom. Say, hey, Mom, look, I'm on camera.
I'm on TV. Or I'm on YouTube. On the internet forever is his dancing. There it is.
There he goes.
Oh, bringing those moves back from the 80s. You know what? That might have been from the 60s.
Way back.
Yeah. Were robots even like invented back then? All right, number 8, Terrell Huggins is up to bat. You know what? He's fast. He just needs to make contact, and he's got a chance of making it on base.
Yeah, last time up, walk, stolen base, scored a run. He's one of those catalysts on the offense. You need to get him on base. I would say it's critical that he gets on base right here. If Cienega's going to have a chance to make a rally, I think he has to get on right now.
Looks like 2 balls right away. Cienega dugout cheering Terrell on. That was the first strike against Terrell. You know what? It wouldn't surprise me that now that they're down as much as they are, that they're not going to swing until they get a strike against them. Try to get the this pitcher's pitch count up and high.
Yeah, it's a tough task for them, right? Because you still want to stay within your zone offensively. You want to stay in your disciplined batting and be patient and take strikes. You've got to get on base, right? You can't be chasing anything. And then if the ball's in your zone, you've got to let the bat fly. And
He fouls it off.
Little curveball there. Nice little change of pace. He's got a good curveball.
You know, all these guys on Cienega, they know how to play ball, so they just need to do what they know, and they can come back and win this game. They've still got 3 innings left.
Nice.
Line drive into left field, and it's going to drop foul.
He tomahawked that. That was a high pitch, and he pounced on it, and just foul, unfortunately. So Terrell, the sophomore, you like to see that approach, right? He was looking for a pitch, and obviously comfortable going after a high one. Just fouled by a couple of feet, like maybe about 1.5 feet. You can hear a lot of chatter.
Yeah, he's gonna swing and miss, and the catcher's gonna have to throw it over to first, and Terrell's out.
Yep, is that curveball. So you saw that curveball, and he fanned. He just took a little bit of a lunging swing at it. You can't slow it down. Once that bat is in motion, it's impossible to slow your swing. So great job there by Steinman, kind of pulling the string there on that little curveball. It had change-like movement to it.
Now we're back at the top of the lineup with Najee Gaskins. He's gonna bunt. Oh, it's down and it's over to third. It's gonna be close, and he's safe.
You see the athleticism there by Nick Estrella at third base, coming in, charging that, and throwing it. So the arm strength and the agility, he made a very close play with a good runner with great speed in Najee Gaskins.
Najee, one of the fastest runners on the Cienega's team.
You know, I'm surprised he's not in track, honestly.
Yeah.
He's just fast. Him and Terrell, I can see being track stars.
But baseball's their passion.
Yeah. It's a good way to stay conditioned, though, during track season's right now.
Season,
so
yeah.
it's well, never mind. They don't need to do track.
Right, conflicting
Yeah,
sports. Both spring sports. Football, maybe.
Yeah, but you can get hurt in football. I guess you can, like, twist your ankle, and Najee's going to steal.
Oh, great jump. No chance there. You just have to hold on to the baseball. So Adam Mays had no chance. A great start and a great lead.
Well, it looks like the ball got away from the pitcher on that one. Bounced out of his glove. It looked like he just tried a little bit too fast to get that jump to try to throw Najee out. Ball's up high.
And much harder to steal third base. So you might be thinking, well, maybe he'll go for third base, but he's in scoring position. So if we get a base hit here, if Izzy I would consider as their best contact hitter. A second baseman in the mold of a Jose Altuve from the Houston Astros, a great shorter high contact hitting, great defensive second baseman. Nice sportsmanship there. You saw Daly giving a little handshake to Najee Gaskins at second base.
It does look like that Cienega is having a don't swing till you get a strike approach.
Yeah, that's a great at bat for him. So for Izzy to get on base now, we've got 2 runners on base. You have Nick Gonzalez, who is a great contact hitter with some pop, and we might see a change here in pitching. That might have done it for Josh Steinman. We'll see if Coach Toya makes a change, and we are going to see a pitching change. And we'll see who they bring in.
Oh, yeah, it looks like he's done. He's getting an ovation. We're clapping for him.
Great game by Josh Steinman.
Oh, beautiful. He pitched beautifully. So we'll say 4 1/3 innings, 3 runs on the ledger, and then both runners would be charged to him, so they're his responsibility. We'll take a quick break. We'll be back in just a minute. You're watching Cienega versus Ironwood Ridge from Chase Field on Bobcat TV.
Hey, Cody, is there a camera I can use for an interview?
Yeah, man. That one right
This
there.
one? Hey, you guys know who touched this camera? Christian.
Huh?
You touched this camera?
No, I didn't, man. I'm sorry.
Sure. Alright. Cody, you know who touched this camera?
No, man, I don't know.
Nobody knows who touched the camera. These scratch marks just got here all by themselves. That's what we're going with. Hey, Bart, what's up, man? Nobody knows who touched the camera. Alright.
Hey, are we ready to roll?
Yeah.
We're Cienega Wrestling. This is Bobcat TV. This is boys basketball, and you're watching Bobcat TV.
My favorite part about this class is you have a lot of freedom and you can use a lot of your creativity for the projects that we do in this class.
Just randomly, I just thought about wearing a suit, and then I thought about the music that could go along to it, and I thought suit and tie would be perfect for it, and so I put it together, and it ended up working pretty well.
I can't wait till I get you on the floor.
That's what I like about this class is you can, like, there's no instructions on how to film or what to film, and you're just free to do or film whatever you want.
My favorite part about being in this class is definitely all of the teamwork it requires.
All right, so we're back, and there's been a couple of defensive changes. Christian Piercy is now our pitcher for Ironwood. Jake Engel is the first baseman, and what's his first name? Jared Wilcox for Ironwood is now in right field.
Key moment here for the Bobcats. A little high and away. Now, Piercy is low 80s with a curveball and a changeup. He can throw over the top, or he can go sidearm as well. So if he gets a 2-strike count here, I wouldn't be surprised to see him go sidearm against Nick Gonzalez.
Nick Gonzalez hits it up in the air, and it looks like it's going to tail out into the stands. People get out of the way, and it lands in a chair.
Big foul ground territory here compared to any high school field, right? So that's a legit foul ball. On the season, Piercy is 2-0 with a 2.47 ERA, 28 and a third innings, 25 hits. And he's been very effective, mostly coming out of the bullpen. 27 strikeouts in those 28 and a third. So he's a high leverage relief pitcher that comes in jams just like this.
Hits the ball way up in the air, and that's going to tail back out into the stands. And it's going to bounce around a little bit. Like a pinball.
Looked like a change up there going on the inside. And Nick knows this is a big situation here. Great player as a junior. He has prospects potentially to go to the Naval Academy. His older brother, Daniel, is a starting middle linebacker for that Naval Academy team. He'll be a 3-year starter when it's all said and done. Bounces that one low and away.
Counts now 2-2.
And Nick's dad is the first base coach.
Hits a pop fly. It's way up in the air, and looks like the pitcher's going to camp under it, and looked like he almost dropped that.
You never see that in the major leagues, right?
No.
If there's a pop fly, even if it's directly above the pitcher's
yeah, usually
mound.
the first baseman or someone comes in to take that away from him. Dakota Martin now up to bat. Dakota Martin's a power hitter. There's a reason he's in the cleanup spot.
Yeah, big masher. So he needs to be patient here, and he's got to be looking for his pitch.
Well, they're going to probably wait until he gets a strike to have him swing the bat.
He's got that open stance. Let's bring that stat line up again, Josh, so we can see his numbers. The 339 average, non-RBI, slugging 440, which is pretty solid.
Ball outside. Looked like the Ironwood crowd chatted a little bit on whether or not that was the right call, but looks like it was from our position.
Yep, it was the right height, just a little bit outside. The umpire motioned that it was outside.
Okay, maybe he's not waiting until he gets a strike to swing.
Yeah, you can't blame him for being a little bit antsy. That was a pitch that was in his wheelhouse, and I think it was just a little bit.
He just swung early.
A little bit off speed, a little change up there. Smart pitching by Piercy.
Well, the Ironwood pitching staff needs to know that Dakota Martin, he has struck out multiple times on the curveball. Not just today, but in general.
See, that can get down. That's dropping in as a bloop and a run.
Oh, it's going to be close. Nazi's going to slide home, and he's safe.
So a bit of a flare there for Dakota, but he'll take it in the RBI. It looks the same in the box score. So when you go online today or look on Max Preps tomorrow, that looks like a line drive, base hit, RBI, instead of the flare that we saw it here that it was.
Looks like we've got a special runner for catcher Dakota Martin. Looks like that's Jonan Smith. Tyler Black is now going to be coming back into bat.
And he's a big masher, right?
Yeah, he
so
is.
If he puts that 6'4", 260 frame behind one, he can give it a ride here at Chase Field. Jonan, the senior, at first base with a nice lead. He's in there for his speed. Nice pitch, fastball with movement.
Yep. Can hear Coach Gabusi shouting orders to his team. Even way up here in the press box, it's almost no problem hearing him.
Saw that curveball by Piercy, a nice one. Right, you can hear him very clearly from up here.
Yeah.
You can hear the kids in the dugout. You can hear the fans.
Coach Mike Gonzalez just yelled too. He hits a pop fly into center field, but you know what? They got one run out of that, so better down 4 than down 5.
Yeah, nice catch there in center field by Jacob Allen, just coming in there, reading it properly. But a good job for the Cats to get one run on the board. So they've got to keep clawing away here and scratching the runs across the board to get back into this ball game. We'll go to the bottom of the 5th inning, and it's Ironwood Ridge leading 8-4.
Yeah, they're getting ready to play Take Me Out to the Ball Game for the 5th inning stretch. In high school, it's the 5th inning for that stretch instead of the 7th inning. So what fans are here are all swaying. Well, some of them are at least. Can't tell if anyone's singing the words or not, but I'm not going to bother you with me singing into the headset, because that trust me, that's nothing that any of us want to hear.
Look at that. Boy, that's baseball. And then nothing says America like singing the 7th inning stretch, Take Me Out to the Ball Game, going back to the early 20th century. And this brings you right into the 20th century. We could have some cake on the beach. That'll take us to the 21st century.
Playing, they're playing YMCA right now.
Oh, we got to get Teddy over there. We got to get Teddy on the dance camera. There he is.
Oh, I messed that up.
YMCA.
Yeah, there's behind Teddy right here. He's dancing too. Oh, he saw me point at him. Oh, he's done dancing. Yeah, that's what they're doing is YMCA, and you know what? That got more people doing stuff than take me out to the ball game.
Right.
Yeah. It's that new generation.
That's it.
Yeah, that guy down there, he took my dance moves.
Say it's part of the Pepsi generation.
Yeah.
I think Pepsi is the beverage sponsor here for the Diamondbacks. Got to thank Scott Geyer, who's the vice president of broadcasting for the Diamondbacks, for his hospitality, and Gino Fata, who was in charge of their season ticket sales. Nice base hit there to left center field. Gavin Ortiz So Gavin making a nice little piece of hitting there. And the weather. I mean, look, boys. The weather here. It's for sunbathing. It's for hanging out, for lounging. It's baseball.
Yeah, it looks like there's a little bit of cloud cover, so that makes it easier on just about everyone.
Perfect. This is perfect. And there's a day game here, so they're going to have, we'll call it a late matinee. 5 o'clock, the Cubs, game 3 of their 4-game set against the Diamondbacks. Of course, the Cubs in the offseason opening the purse strings, signing Jason Hayward, probably the best free agent signing in the offseason. They signed John Lackey to a deal to be their number 2 or number 3 pitcher. They signed Ben Zobrist to play second base. They traded Starlin Castro to the Yankees in exchange for Adam Warren as a reliever or an occasional spot starter. So the Cubbies are loaded, and you saw the crowd last night was maybe 60-40 in favor of the Cubs coming in here. So they always travel well. But Cub fans, long-suffering, looking for their first World Series since 1908. And they have
it's not that long.
They have a team that's ready to go. They really do.
It's not that long.
Diamondbacks as well. Great win last
years.
night. They've opened their purse strings. They brought in Zach Greinke to be their ace. They traded for Shelby Miller. And they're a team that has legitimate aspirations of winning the National League West crown. Of course, the big injury is A.J. Pollock in center field, but they're trying to fill that with Socrates Brito, the philosopher, in center. He's a baseball player and a philosopher, Socrates. Plato, Aristotle.
Yeah. Line drive over shortstop's head. Nick Gonzalez couldn't quite reach up high enough to get it.
Nick has good range, too, at short, right? So he was pretty close to it, but another nice sharp base hit.
2 hits in the same spot. And you gotta change it up.
Looks like there's a little bit of wear going on the team. They're getting a little tired of watching the ball go over their heads. It just kills any and all motivation and will to keep going, and Coach Cabusi sees that, and he's walking out to talk to his team.
It's tough, right? So, again, the deficiency here with Cienega is with their pitching. So they don't have that many arms to begin with, and we've seen Tyler Black, we've seen Ryan Craig, we've seen Kevin Stevens now. So if they've got to go to the bullpen, you wonder who might get that call. Jackson just pitched on Thursday, and he pitched 6 innings, and he said his arm was fine. So there's a difference between pitching with nobody on base and with pitching with runners on base. The severity and the toll that goes onto your arm, like these high-stress innings. Jackson said he was throwing free and easy, and I think he said he was in like 76 pitches for going 6 innings. So he might come out here, and I'm sure he wants to pitch. He's got the ankle injury going too, so he can't play the field, so he can only pitch. I'd be curious to see if he might come out here.
Yeah, Jackson, I guarantee you that Jackson is antsy to get out onto the field.
Might be chirping and tugging on Coach Cabusi's uniform jersey. Okay, Coach, I'm ready to go
play
if you want to put me in. What a treat for these kids, right, to play on just perfectly manicured grass. Like, I would sleep out there. Honestly, like, that's probably more comfortable and softer than my bed and pillow at home. I know it. My pillow's in shambles. I'm losing feathers in it. So I know that the grass is softer than my pillow. I can vouch for that.
I don't know. I've got one of those, like, cotton pillows, and it feels like you're sleeping on a cloud.
Gotta say, the Super 8 motel was pretty cozy last night, too, surprisingly.
So, yeah, it was a surprise. I was expecting to find a cockroach or something.
No, the first thing I did was check for bed bugs and any hidden guns.
Josh Kramer and I, we had the room at a comfortable 62 degrees.
Yeah, that's it. Oh, and the umpire gets hit in the neck. Uh-oh. Ow. Oh, it looks like in the ear. Dakota's going to check him.
Yeah, it was a tip right there. Hit him, it looked like it was the left side of his cheek, kind of by the jaw.
Yeah.
Great job by Dakota, right, with his concern for the umpire behind home plate, checking on him. Dina Kintawi there making an appearance for the Bobcats, a trainer from Cienega. We'll see if she puts him through the concussion protocol.
It looks like she might be. Now, which way's up? That way. That's That's it. Yeah, you know what? She's checking on him. That hurts. Yeah, ow. Yeah, he's getting claps from everyone
Very
here
nice.
in the stadium.
I can tell you, Justin, I was an umpire, a Little League umpire for 4 years. It was a very difficult job. It was fun. But the umpire's job is probably the hardest one out there of everyone involved on the field. Because even if you're the best umpire, you make one questionable call that
Still
goes
gonna
against
get yelled at.
the fans' team, to get yelled at, for sure. So good to see him. It looked like a grazing blow there off the deflection, but he took it. It was underneath the mask and between the protective chest covering and the mask, like right there on his left side of the jaw. So good to see the umpire handling it.
Yeah, it looks like he's hiding behind Dakota a little bit more than he was a second ago.
Wouldn't you?
Yeah. You know, I just call balls and strikes from up here. I mean, that's just easier.
And we have a great view. We'll call it the catbird seat up here. Red Barber, the great Dodgers, the Brooklyn Dodgers announcer, also New York Yankees play-by-play guy. Back in the day, flare to right field.
Dylan Howell's going to catch that and throw it in. No runners are going to advance. You know, we could call it the Bobcat Den up here. That's what they call it at. That's what it's called at school.
We could
at
call
Cienega.
it. We could call it the Bobcat Den. The Diamondbacks mascot, is that Bart also?
I don't know.
Do we know the Diamondbacks mascot's name? Because he is a Bobcat.
I saw him last night, but I do not know.
I think it's Bart.
I don't think it is.
If I'm wrong, I'm going to apologize.
I think it's like Max.
Oh, it could be.
I think it's Max.
And our mascot is Bart.
Yeah.
Hey, I like that cat. He's a cool cat. Fly ball to left field. My book is all messed up. I was keeping books for both teams. And I'm a little out of sorts. Probably with the positional changes that we have.
Yeah, everyone just got moved around really quickly all of a sudden on both teams. Jake Engle's up to bat now. There's 2 outs.
You see the power there, the 5 homers, the 17 RBI. When you're looking at Ironwood Ridge, you're seeing a team that has 18 home runs on the season. If you compare that to Cienega, Cienega has 0 home runs as a team. So that's a striking comparison or a contrast between the two teams. Ironwood Ridge has power in spades, and they've got 4 or 5 kids in their lineup that can take the ball over the fence. And I think they could take it out here. If you look at, we saw a graphic earlier where we had the dimensions of Chase Field next to Cienega's, and you can see the dimensions: 326 down the line, left and right field, 370 in center for Cienega. Here at Chase, it's 330 down the left field line, 335 to right, 407 in center field, and the gaps are 376. So compare that to Cienega's shot in center field, and we're looking at center field versus gap distance. But I think Ironwood Ridge has some kids that could take the ball yard here at Chase.
It seems like Cienega's is warming up a pitcher in the bullpen, number 14.
I can't see who that is.
I'll pull that up for us here. Well, curveball didn't break. So Steven Sandate. Right, so this is a kind of like all hands on deck kind of situation. So Steven, the sophomore, and we'll talk about him when he comes in, which he will eventually do.
Yeah, this would be his first game up on varsity if he comes in.
Great job here by Kevin Stevens. So the senior coming out here and pitching 2 innings and giving up the 1 run for the Cats. But a good job of him by eating some innings that are much needed here and giving some relief to the bullpen for Cienega. Great job by Kevin.
Yeah, you know what? If Cienega wants to come back, they're gonna have to start doing it now. They're running out of time. They can't go into the 7th inning, you know, hoping to score 5-6 runs.
Right.
They've got to Yeah, they can score runs in the top of the 7th inning, and that's not going to be a problem. But you want to have at least a little bit of momentum going into the 7th inning, yeah. And if they don't, at the top of the 7th inning, at the end of it, if they haven't scored or at least tied it up, game's over. So they need to. We don't play 9 innings down here on high school. We play 7.
Right. It would be a different story if they had more innings to come back into the game.
Yeah.
And again, you're right. You're absolutely right, Justin. I think what Cienega has to do, each kid, it's easier said than done, has to come out and just take their time and have good at bats. You have to have each kid has to have the right mindset and just put together good at bats. They have to string them together. And it's a tough challenge because Christian Piercy is an outstanding reliever, a high leverage guy. We talked about his numbers from earlier, so 29 and a third innings. He's given up 26 hits. He's got a 2.47 ERA. You saw the sidearm there. That's the first real true sweeping sidearm pitch that I've seen him throw, and he could bust that out at any time. So good fastball, good curveball, and the deception of going sidearm, almost submarine there, is very difficult, especially for a right-handed batter to face.
He's it's gonna really hurt his arm.
Dennis Eckersley comes to mind. So Eck was a great starting pitcher for the Red Sox back in the late 70s, and then he made a transition to become the preeminent closer in baseball with the Oakland Athletics. I think we talked about Dave Stewart earlier, the general manager of the Diamondbacks, who was a Cy Young pitcher for Oakland in the late 80s, early 90s. Maybe we talked about it off camera. And Eckersley was the closer on that team. They won 1 World Series. They went to 2 World Series, just one of those dynastic teams. And Tony La Russa, the manager, who is the chief of baseball operations here with the Diamondbacks, he is a sage advisor that has his fingers in every kind of blueprint with the team. And Dave Stewart, the general manager, first-year general manager, an astute baseball mind as well. So the Diamondbacks they have something exciting they're building up here in Phoenix, a team that's looking to contend right now and into the short-term and long-term future.
Counts now 1-1. Both of those were outside, and looked like that first one just barely touched the plate. That looked outside from here, but again, I don't have the view that the umpire has. Dylan swings, and the umpire gets hit again.
That one, I think that one's off the padding. I think that one's off the chest protector of the umpire. A little bit of a curveball. There was some movement and break to that pitch.
And the umpire's going to have nightmares tonight.
He's going to have some battle wounds to show.
Put some ice on it.
Yeah.
Maybe some arnica. You guys know what that? It's a plant extract. So I think that's big in the Latina community. My wife was the first person exposed me to it, but arnica is like a salve or like an ointment. You put it on, and it magically prevents bruises from happening. Really? It has some soothing herbal properties to it.
Well, he's going to need a lot of that
arnica
herbal juice.
Yeah.
Yeah, AIA is going to ask him to, hey, you want to umpire another game for us?
Oh,
no.
Beautiful curveball.
And Dylan Howell's fast, but he wasn't fast enough to beat that out.
You saw the speed on display there. He's one of those speedy football players, dual sport player, football and baseball. But what a great curveball by Piercy. Christian Piercy. That ball broke across the plate to the outside.
Kevin Stevens is now up, the pitcher. He's got to help himself out here if he wants Cienega to win.
And Kev has done a solid job as a hitter. If you look at his career from sophomore to junior, his sophomore, junior years, he's a guy that can really and square up some good contact with the barrel of the bat onto the ball.
Oh,
there
and
it
hits
is.
it past third base. Looks like he's thinking about going to second,
Why
but
not?
he's going to stop, and he looks like he made the right choice.
Yeah.
Right now, you don't want to risk going to second and being thrown out, and that just takes away any momentum that might just have. He's going to have a pinch runner come in for him. It looks like it's Brandon Kaler. And it is Brandon Kaler.
Good to see BK out there.
Yeah, Ryan Craig's up now. He's got something to prove after his pitching that he did earlier.
Change up inside. Ball just kind of floated across.
Mm-hmm.
Great job by Kevin Stevens, though, turning on, I think it was a curveball on the inside. He turned on it and unleashed it right down the line. Nick Estrella is a great third baseman. He didn't have a chance on that one. There's a fastball with movement going to the outside.
Strike 2.
Great job by Piercy, kind of handling both sides of the plate, the inside and outside, and then changing speeds makes it very difficult for a hitter to get a good read on where the ball will be and what speed it's coming in at.
Yeah, Ryan Craig's got to protect the plate now.
There's that change-up.
It was up high.
Very tricky. And I think the conventional wisdom is if you're throwing a change-up, you want that change to go low. If there's a high change-up, a batter could tomahawk it and knock it out of the yard.
Ryan Craig's going to hit it over to a shortstop, and it looks like they're going to try to roll a double play, and they will.
Oh, beautiful. Derek Daly is so good at shortstop. What a great turn that was. So it was Daly to Greg Brown over to first base. A beautifully turned double play. Daly is a wizard at shortstop.
Yep.
That was beautiful to see. Boy, that team, I'll tell you what, Ironwood Ridge has legitimate.
They're tough.
They have legitimate state championship aspirations. That is a team with senior and juniors and upperclassmen with depth in their pitching, power in their lineup. They are a professional machine. And their pitching coach is John Roush, who is a high leverage reliever here at Chase Field for the Diamondbacks. Tallest relief pitcher, the tallest pitcher in Major League history. So you have a Major League player who is your pitching coach. He's not here today, but you're talking about an organization here from top to bottom, freshman, JV, varsity, that is poised to make a deep run in the playoffs. The Bobcats a great program in their own right. I just don't think they have the same depth that Ironwood Ridge has.
Kevin Stevens is still the pitcher for Cienega. Looks like Tyler Black is now over at first. Ryan Craig has moved back over to third. Nick Gonzalez is still at short, and Izzy Carrillo is still at second.
Nice.
Adam Mays is now. Adam Mays, no relation, is still. He's batting now.
Right. Good stat line. You see the average, the RBI, the on-base plus slugging percentage. That's one of those new saber metrics that we're looking at here in the 21st century. Big fan of baseball prospectus. Oh,
he hits a hard ground ball over to Izzy, and he fields it cleanly and throws it over to Tyler Black for the first out of the inning.
Izzy's a great player. He plays second base so well. He's such a high contact guy with great approaches. He's a baseball player. I mean, you just look at him play and you know he is a legit baseball player. Same with Nick Gonzalez. You can go around the diamond here for both teams and talk about the same virtues and attributes as Piercy. And his stat line offensively is solid too. I would say he is, if he's not their best relief pitcher, because why not? That was the big situation in the game, right? When the Cats had two guys on, and that was in the fourth inning? Or was that the fifth inning? So they brought Piercy in the fifth with two guys on and Nick Gonzalez. That was the critical moment of the game from Cienega's point of view, to try to get back in. And then for Ironwood Ridge to shut them down defensively. So they bring in Piercy, and he can hit the ball too. He's a very polished player on both sides of the ball.
Oh, that must have missed somewhere that I didn't see, because that was close. Almost hits the batter.
Wasn't sure if that was a change or a curve that didn't curve, but it's kind of floated on the inside there.
Well, it was a get off my plate pitch. That was a get off my plate pitch.
That was way inside and low. Kev can bring it in the upper 80s. I know as a freshman, and kids get enamored with their radar gun readings, so I'm sure he was trying to touch 90 miles an hour. So he is going full throttle here. We'll see if
it's a full count. And it's low.
Yeah, he wasn't dialing it back. He was dialing it up. He was still bringing like pure heat.
Yeah, I might have thought about trying to throw a off speed or a moving pitch right there to try to get the batter to chase it.
Yeah, that was just, I'm going to throw as hard as I can, and we'll see if I can bring it across the plate. So we have a runner here coming in.
Nate Baez is going to be the pinch runner for May's no relation. And so he must be faster than him. Ball inside.
Might be Piercy's game to finish up here too, going into the top of the 7th. So if that's the case, you want to give him a little bit of extra, just a little bit of extra time to rest. Maybe get a little drink of Gatorade from the cooler.
Oh, ball's hit right back up to Kevin Stevens. And Kevin Stevens knew that double play was going to get worked out because he started walking off the field before it even happened.
Beautiful, beautiful job fielding his position. It was a little bit of a line drive there, right to the pitcher's mound. The quick turn he had all the time, right? So to make that throw to second precise, and then a great turn to get to. So nice leather there, flashed by Kevin Stevens, who's had a nice game here today.
He was very calm, and he knew what he was doing. That was just perfect. Yeah, this could be the last half inning that we do. If Cienega doesn't score at least 4 runs, it could be getting ready to be over.
So Justin, we would love to have you go down there and interview some Nighthawks.
Okay.
Post game, how do you feel about that?
I can do that.
So we have a couple players. Let's take a quick commercial break. We'll discuss the logistics, and we'll be back in just a minute here watching Bobcat TV.
My favorite part about this class is you have a lot of freedom and you can use a lot of your creativity for the projects that we do in this class.
Just randomly, I just thought about wearing a suit, and then I thought about the music that could go along to it, and I thought suit and tie would be perfect for it, and so I put it together, and it ended up working pretty well.
Get all of them. How many? Okay.
All right, so quick out there. Dennis, I missed what happened. Did you see what happened?
Oh, it was a pop out, and Terrell Huggins was out.
Okay. Very nice.
So 1 out for the Cienega Bobcats.
Justin Little is on his way down to the field. We're anticipating him talking to several of the Nighthawks here, barring a miraculous comeback from the Cats. But boy, they have a tough challenge here. Christian Piercy is showing he's got the goods on the mound here for Ironwood Ridge.
He's doing a great job as the reliever right now for the Nighthawks.
A couple pitches look like a wiffle ball busting across the plate. Right center, and a nice catch there in center field by Jacob Allen, roaming out there in the cavernous, vast expanse of grass in center field. Well, here's Izzy. He has a base. He has a single. He has an RBI, and he has a walk in the game here today. So he has flashed his virtues as an offensive catalyst and an on-base machine. That's what players and managers and front office executives are looking for.
Yeah.
Players that get on base. Can you get base hits? Can you draw a walk?
Do you have athleticism?
Yes.
So you're quick enough to get to the base.
Turned a nice double play in the last inning with Kevin Stevens. Called strike on the outside, so 2-1 here with 2 outs. So the Bobcats are down to their last batter, their last out. Oh, that was nasty. That was a little bit of that sidearm. It was a fastball with movement, and Piercy wanted it for a strike. You can see his reaction there on the mound. He may have a legit gripe. That ball looked like it broke across the outside of the plate. Same pitch, right? The exact same pitch, the exact same location. He gets the call there. Now full count. Bobcats down to their last strike. Base hit, maybe. Wow. Look at that range at second base by Greg Brown.
Yep.
It was a bullet up the middle, and Brown going into the hole there at second base.
Showing his accuracy, hand-eye coordination. Oh, just a beautiful, beautiful throw.
And to put some mustard on the throw, because Izzy's no slouch on the base paths.
Yeah.
So Izzy was hustling down the line, and just a great defensive play by Greg Brown. So we saw everything on display here for Ironwood Ridge. A great show of sportsmanship. Some hugs there down at home plate, the high fives. This is what's great about baseball. This is what's great about high school sports and sports in general, where you see the sportsmanship and the respect, the mutual respect among these different players on the fields.
Cienega Bobcats came out, had a good run in the 3rd inning, but just could not pull it out in the last couple. Had a couple of errors that really turned the tables.
Right. They had the beginning and the top of the 3rd, put 3 runs on the board to take the lead for the first time. And the Nighthawks had that huge bottom of the 3rd, and it started with some problems for the Cats with Tyler Black losing some control with his command of the strike zone. And then we had Ryan Craig coming in from the bullpen.
He started good at first, but just started to become shaky once they started hitting that ball. And
difficult. And I wonder how many appearances Ryan's made this season coming from the bullpen. So he's probably more accustomed to starting. And again, for me, one of my regrets is not seeing Jackson Rounds. I would have loved to have seen him come out and maybe get an inning from the mound here at Chase.
Yeah.
But what a great job Kevin Stevens did here today from the mound.
Yeah.
He showed the leather. He had a nice base hit down the 3rd base line, and he had a strikeout or 2. So he did a great job pitching. But the kids did a great job here today, right? Najee Gaskins with a single and a couple of stolen bases. Izzy Carrillo was 2 for 3 with a walk. Nick Gonzalez a couple of singles. Dakota Martin with an RBI and a single. And Terrell Huggins with a walk and a stolen base. So the kids did what they do what they do, right? Get on base, and if there's another maybe deficiency or weakness in the Cats' offensive attack,